Okay, welcome back. It's time for more Genesis RPG. We're playing a game in the Twilight Imperium universe, with the Embers of the Imperium setting. Party's been doing lots of stuff. Did a lot of RP stuff last week as they returned to base from a long mission, and now someone has just showed up. Let's see what our friendos are up to.
Wash your cat like once a week with the food. It's supposed to be pretty effective. If you want to start with the cat and then eventually move on to like allergy shots, because those need to be redone like every couple of years, and they can get kind of expensive.
Good advice. We're live, everybody.
Uh-oh, hi.
This is for if you're allergic to Thraz, which I know most of us are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most people
Shoot him
generally
with a
are.
plasma rifle.
I'm not allergic to him. I'm just disgusted by him.
There's a difference.
It is an important distinction.
All right. A lot of stuff happened last week in terms of emotions and connivery. Does anybody remember what happened? Anything notable? All right.
A lot of
I'm
RP.
so sorry. I'm going to the notes channel.
Fantastic, everybody. Wonderful work. I'm glad we all remembered things.
Krav set up the security clearances with the help of Sin. Shepard and Nolly crossed paths in the med bay, and Nolly saw Shepard working on Marcel's body, demanded that he give Marcel a proper burial, which he did with crossing his giant robot fingers behind his back. Zaldenrock had a call, or sent a message out to his mentor. What else? Zaldenrock and Nolly tried to get Gervalt to play video games, and it didn't work. Shepard and Yara sort of had a conversation about their investigations of the corpses and trying to work with spores, the Arborec spores.
Shepard got nothing out of Yara. Yara got something out of Shepard.
Yep.
Oh, and Zaldenrock pulled a gun on Yara for no fucking reason.
Well,
There was a reason.
He
It
didn't
was
like being told
it was
what
for
to
a
do.
bonus.
and Sin snuck into Zaldenrock in the shower, and they had a deep, meaningful, personal conversation.
As usually happens when you walk in on somebody in the shower.
It
But-
was shockingly not a porno.
So, writing
Sounds
a
like-
message to your mentor? That's interesting.
Sin just sits down on the little bench in the shower. Tell me more about that.
Come, talk. All right. Last thing that happened. Oh, was there more that you wished to
All
say?
I was going to keep rolling through was Nolly saw Thraz reaching out to a contact of his, trying to get a hold of a ship with some mining lasers. And then we had a little sparring session between Krav and Nolly where she tried to get some information about sort of what Krav cares about out of him, and he tried to instill some discipline into her to sort of control Rasa. And Shepard stepped in at the end of that and just popped in to say hi. And then a big ol' the Dr. Frankenstein's ship showed up.
Yes.
Big
Well,
scary
what?
cruise ship.
Oh, also you decked Shepard.
Oh yeah, that too.
Nolly decked Shepard. That is also
And
true.
Shepard gave a big thumbs up. Good job.
Yeah.
There's a proximity alert. There's a cruise ship that has arrived. And before you guys know it, a wormhole opens in the transit diodes room, and a Cruise steps on board. You all are completely caught off guard. Thraz is making a run from the sensor array to figure out what the heck's going on. You guys were in the middle of training. Sin and Zaldenrock were perhaps still having their conversation in Zaldenrock's quarters. Yara was maybe doing something in the arboretum, as we call it, the storage room. And meanwhile, Sin, Sin is it Laliel?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Laliel.
I didn't know if that was the right spelling. That's what I have.
I picked from a random angel name that
Okay.
had a lot of L's, so yep.
All right. I wasn't sure if the L was my accident or was real. All right. Sin Laliel enters the crew quarters as Sin shambles down a hallway. Everybody else arrives shortly thereafter, but Zalnrock and Sin, you guys are first on the scene.
Sick.
Sin Salwe sees Sin Laliel and immediately straightens up onto 2 feet and tilts his head and then snaps it back upright. It's like, I was not expecting a response so quickly. I thought we were going to meet at a third location.
Sin Laliel rights themselves and kind of like puffs out the chest part of their armor and kind of vents a little bit of blue mist out of their little vent holes. They have an astral lance on their back, a new acquisition from what you can tell.
Sick.
Sick. Let's kill and loot this one.
I can have one.
Sin can dual wield astral lances.
Sick. Laliel regards you and says, Salwe, that was unacceptable. I needed to come immediately. Your suggestion of Torkin is out of the question.
All right. I'll fetch the samples for you then, shall I? This is my compatriot Zeldenrock.
I'm going to fetch my clothes.
As you please.
He's good though, right? Because he just appeared here.
Sin Lalio is a. Don't worry, And then Sin just walks off.
Wait, his name is also Sin?
It's a caste rank thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's like my name.
We've been calling you Lieutenant this whole time. You head off to get your things, and Zaldenrock kind of walks off and leaves them alone. Thraz and Yara arrive at about the same time. Krav and Shepard and Nolly, you guys are right about to stumble into this as well.
How does
Yara,
our security
Thraz.
system not
This
work
is
on
Sin.
anybody?
Sin, this is
Sin
Thraz and
communicates.
Yara. I'm going to get clothes.
Thraz just kind of claps his hand over his forehead. Okay. Not threat? Not a threat? We good?
Not a threat, they're fine. I'm going to get clothes.
Intruder alert!
Shut up, Krav, they're fine.
Thraz kind of holds one of his hands up and puts away the beam pistol that he had out, and just kind of gestures at Yara to cool your jets, even though he's also cooling his jets as we speak.
Quite literally.
He's the one who pulled out a gun and started going, Yara, calm down.
Yara, calm the fuck down. Sin Laliel just looks at the cat and dog down the hallway and approaches. Their hands are behind their back, and they have a stoic sort of upright posture. Their armor feet are clinking against the metal tile on the ground. So, you are the ones that have joined my Salwe.
Is he talking about Sin?
No,
Yes, I
talking
think
about the
I
rest
think
of
that's
us. About Sid.
I think that's his name. Yeah. Interesting. Still
Identify
going.
yourself.
Still going with he, are we? And Laliel turns around to see Krav and Shepard and Nolly enter the room. Really cramped in here.
I am too big for this space. Greetings, other tall person.
Okay, are they actually gigantic and tall? Compared
Yeah.
to...
They're
They're
fairly
7
tall,
feet.
but only as tall as our Sin, not as tall as Shepard.
I mean, that's still
7
pretty
foot
freaking tall.
range.
Yeah, 7
Yeah, it's
foot.
still imposing. All Krius, unless they change the the armor that they use, they're roughly the same size, and it's tall and imposing for intentional purposes. But also, that's about the size that will fit their body.
They make Krav look small, so they are immediately a threat.
Anyway, Laliel picks up Krav. Just kidding.
Get that out of the way.
I am not here
Guess
to
I'm
harm
going
you.
to message something.
You're gonna message me something? Ursula?
Yes.
Shep-
I'm gonna try and do it on the Facebook thingy.
All right. Well, how do the rest of you guys react after they tell you that they are not a threat?
Greetings, friend. What is your purpose here?
I'm using my quintessensor.
Wait, I have a fucking noise. There we go.
Wait, so this dude just shows up and you just start scanning him with the machine? You're just like, oh,
It's
let's
Yara.
just go.
Yeah, also, it's not as crazy when you think about somebody breaking in. It's like, is he armed? Da 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 da. It's just like, let me just make sure that you're not dangerous.
I mean, he's
Quintessensor's
armed.
more for like medical.
You can
He's
see
definitely
that
armed.
with eyes.
Sin.
It's all sorts of things.
Sin, for that, I'm gonna need a skullduggery check, and we'll call it
Yep.
difficulty 3.
Okay, I'm gonna use the story point.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure those are
Okay.
correct. They are not correct, so let me... I'll just set it to the correct number, as if you had used one. Now it's 5 and 2.
Okay.
Alright, so while Sin's doing that... Uh-oh.
Fuck yes.
Fantastic.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay.
We'll,
So no.
we'll unpack that. Perhaps you think about it, but there's not quite enough time. Or I could offer you a devil's bargain.
I am curious for your devil's bargain.
So I'll let you succeed on this, but you will get picked up.
As
You will get detected.
okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Cool. So Laliel is looking at Shepard, because you are the biggest thing in the room. My, a
Answer the
titan. Interesting. What is your question?
Shepard had asked what his purpose was.
Ah, yes, you did ask that as I was doing things. My purpose here is I was summoned by Salwe. They have something for me. Sorry, he has something for me. The incessant use of pronouns with your species.
That's
Oh.
most of the organics. I use any pronoun. Please feel free to use whichever is your preference.
Oh, so like you know Sin? Wait, you're Sin. You know Sin?
I am Sin Lalael. Sin is a rank, an epithet. Have you been calling Salwe Sin?
They've been going by.
Obsessed with pronouns and yet using the incorrect name. Very well.
Rank is all that matters.
What is Rob, I adore you.
All right.
And
Okay.
speaking of rank, you rank as an intruder. What is your purpose here?
I am meeting with Salwe. If you would like, I can meet with you as well. But
Sin-
my business here is with Salwe.
Sin Solway sort of skitters in. It's like, oh, apologies, Captain. Yes, I was arranging to deposit something. Sorry, Mike.
Sounds like it got deposited.
um, I am giving some samples to Sin Laliel here, and I was trying to get them to, or ask them to meet me on Torkin, but they elected to come here instead.
You were near a wormhole. It was convenient.
Yes. But apologies because I did. Anyway, here's sample 1. Here's the interesting sample. And Sin looks around. I think there are some things that you should know about the Mahak threat. I would
You-
like to give you a full debriefing.
That is understandable. Everyone, I will need Salwe's time. You are all dismissed.
If you wouldn't mind, you're a very interesting person. Would you mind if I just do a quick scan to just kind of see something? Your warp hole technology is fascinating.
You can scan me all that you like. You are not permitted on my ship.
That's
The shields have been kept up so that you may not enter.
All right. Well, I want to do a scan check anyway.
Will you be debriefing on our ship, or on our space station, or on your ship?
Salway, is there a place where we will not be interrupted?
Could you guys just chill on the surface of the ship?
I can offer the biosphere, but I also wish to accompany you in silence, so that I may learn about the Mahakt.
They are perhaps part of the discovery, and they would help elucidate some of the things that I would not be able to explain very well. With Sinaliel's permission, maybe they could stay?
Lalea's head creaks as it turns up to Shepard. Very well, if you deem it appropriate. The rest of you may leave. Then Lalea
Nolly-
leaves.
Nolly
Okay.
sidles over to Sin and like does a little elbow nudge. Like, you sure you want Shepard intruding? Like, you had your little gentleman caller coming by. You want a little privacy? Like,
Sin is just like, that's Sinaliel is a
no, you don't have to explain
like-
anything. I see the red on the armor. I know what it means. It's okay. You can just take some private time.
Sin off gases a little bit. It's like, we'll talk about this later, and then walks off. Shepard, let's go.
I am following.
Salway's struggling to keep upright as Lalea is just stalking incessantly like a fucking perfect form of beauty. Completely not like Sin, just upright, clanking along with their bipedal nature. If you guys
a
haven't,
ballerina's grace as opposed to a bestial
so
crawl.
I have a question, especially since I've been saying I wanted to scan. Sin is a Kreus, so is Sinaliel, but it's obvious there's a bit of a difference between both of them. That's kind of why I wanted to kind of get a
Okay.
biometric comparison going. Like this kind of.
I'm not sure if this would be detectable, so I think it warrants a roll.
The quintessensor says it can detect molecular stuff, though, so I figure it at least have some sort of insight.
Sure, if it says molecular stuff, that might actually help a lot. Let's do a knowledge science roll. We'll call it difficulty.
Like, I made a molecules.
3. Most
Alright.
things are. Also, I assume Krav is steaming at this point.
Oh, I'm going to the armory.
Hold on, for some reason I can't find my dice. There's my
You're
dice.
dismissed.
Okay.
Dismiss this. you
Hey, wait,
fucking-
that's my armory. Are you allowed in there?
K-bombs.
Do you have security clearance for that?
You
Grenades.
said this was a science roll. Does this count as getting help from the savant as well, since the savant can help with science roll with knowledge rolls?
It helps with all knowledge rolls, yes.
I think that's
I'm gonna put myself in front of the storage door as a guard.
There you go.
I heard Mahakt conversation. I'm like, I need to make sure that isn't interrupted.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and
Alright,
maybe you
that's
lean
pretty
a
good.
little close to the door.
Yeah, probably that too.
We'll see. All right. Your knowledge roll. You take a strain as you realize Sin is very much not a normal Kreus. If your assumptions on Kreus are entirely based off of Sin's scans that you've probably done at some point.
yeah, that's kind of the theory.
Yeah.
I've healed Sin before. I would have had at least a few records.
Yeah.
Yep. Sin is very different. Sin's molecular structure, although you thought that it was just, well, Kreus are probably like all broken up all the time with their like their spectral DNA that's half between dimensions. It's probably normal to look like this. No. Sin's molecules and DNA have been torn to shreds and barely stitched back together. They constantly like twist themselves apart and then back together. It's quite unusual.
All right. Okay. What about Lolaway then? Is he I guess in that sense, is he like mostly together in one dimension in the simplest terms?
Although they are in another dimension, their DNA is stable. It's not shifting at
Coherent.
all. It's coherent, and it's regular. You just thought Krius were unscannable.
Okay. That's pretty useful to know.
Yep.
All right.
Their structure is similar to that of like a nebula. There's a lot of those mixtures of chemicals in there. All right.
Nolly sidles over to Thraz as they're leaving, sort of like cross her arms.
You know, I'm glad Sin can finally get some relief now that, he's got this visitor.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going to happen, honestly. Don't come across Krius very often. At least I haven't dealt with too many. They kind of keep to themselves. They're usually stuck in their little wormhole.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the red armor, that means they're, in heat. Yeah, I learned that back on Sumerian.
Wait, it does? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Daenerys told me back on you remember he works the bar?
Nolly, you have to tell me everything you know, and you need to tell me what exactly you know about Krius biology. I can use this information.
Great.
Thraz and Nolly go have...
I am so happy that this bullshit... Yes. Okay, good.
Yes, that was the truth
Thank
and
you.
lie exchange. I finally got to use it.
Yes! Krius mentioned! Krav is
You
running to
got
the armory. Yara has
That's
completed their scans. Zalnrock is guarding the door. Shepard and Sin are in the Arboretum, the storage area, with Lael.
Shepard will sit
Lalael.
and be silent the whole time. Unless addressed.
Unless addressed.
I'll be in the laboratory.
Back to the lab again.
Okay.
I need to cook.
Sin will say, this first sample is from a Crimson Legionnaire that we defeated and captured.
As we had agreed.
Yes. This is from an Elder Mahakt that was crashed and stranded on a planet for quite a substantial amount of time. Called himself Odin, and he made many offers. But managed to defeat him with the help of my compatriots, and acquired this sample for you. I thought it would be incredibly useful.
This
Pass
will
it
be
off.
useful. We still don't know exactly how the Mahakt do their sorcery. It's beyond our technology. Older even than the bridge between our dimension and theirs. But with this, we might have a chance. We might have a chance at fighting back. Finally.
There's something else, and this is why I needed some support in the explanation, because such analysis is beyond me. There's a drug that the Mahakt are developing and seeding among organics and Sin sort of looks to Shepard for assistance. It was the yin drug. And Sin produces the sample that he stole from Medbay, and is like, I'm sorry I stole this, but I really think Sin Laliel should have it. I think they could do a lot of good with it.
I agree. This is a weapon that is quite dangerous, and it is important for many people to know about it.
This will give us... Sorry?
To build immunizations, possibly. Not just for Krius, but for many other species. Some Letnev they were infected. It was all rather terrible. What is it?
Would you like me to divulge information on how it was synthesized?
Yes, please. The Nalu Collective, they managed to build in an immunity to the drug. I don't understand it, but yes, please, Shepard, help.
And I have all of these notes written down.
Sure.
Thank you.
Which I can't find currently on the dot.
Then you can just say that you divulge all the information.
I divulge all of the information, delicately.
Lalael waits patiently for anybody, for you guys to finish your explanation. Occasionally they look down at the drug sample, and
I
one
would
of the
also point out the
leaves.
flowers too that it was synthesized from that helped with the DNA reconstructing.
What was that?
I don't know, something fell in the kitchen.
Okay.
I'll go look, you do that.
It's probably an intruder. Anyway, it's Sin stealing samples.
Delivery.
Definitely. I did drive over to you in that time.
When you guys finish with your explanation, Lalael just takes the sample and puts it inside of a little compartment inside of their armor. This will be useful. This will give the galaxy an advantage. Thank you, Salwe. You have done well. I expect greater things from you, and I am not disappointed. Your subdual of one of the Mahakt is impressive, and if these allies of yours can be trusted to aid you in this endeavor, you should continue. I urge it. Come to me when you have more Crimson Legionnaires, and you will be greatly rewarded. Speaking of which, surely this is not a task that pays well. And Sin takes out some ore using a portable wormhole, just kind of creates a wormhole, pulls out a briefcase, and hands it to you.
Nice. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I love the calm you go to like, let's fucking go. Wait, thank you.
Thank you. This would be much beneficial. Travel has been challenging. We have a base, which is helpful, and this is beyond me, which is why I ask, because it would help support the effort. Could we get a warp drive?
A warp drive?
Yes, so we could traverse the galaxy easier. It takes many, many weeks and months in order to collect even this much, whereas the effort of the Mahakt is far more widespread. I think it would be beneficial.
This will probably require a negotiation check.
Yep.
I wish to assist.
All right. We'll say that you added context, and we'll say that Shepard is assisting. So you can get 2 bonuses. The check difficulty is difficulty 2. However, I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade it.
So difficulty 3 with 2 blue die.
And 1 upgrade to the difficulty. So 1 red, 1 purple.
Oh, 1 red, 1 purple. Okay, thank you. 1 red, 1 purple, 2 blue, and the negotiation roll, which is 3 green.
Oh, doesn't
A success.
Nice.
All right. I'll say that does 4 to them. Awesome. I'm afraid I cannot risk a wormhole generator getting into the wrong hands. Surely you being at a wormhole is useful enough. Also, you can spend those 2 advantages as you will.
Yeah.
You can learn a strength or a flaw. The weaker motivations.
I would like to learn their flaw.
Their flaw is that they are weak. That's physically weak.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Zaldenrock.
Speaking of which, Zaldenrock, you've been outside the door. Maybe we should make a check to see if you perceive this.
Okay.
Let's call this. I suppose this should probably. This doesn't fall under skullduggery, does it? It seems.
I don't think so. I think this is pretty solidly perception.
Okay, yeah, perception. Then let's do perception.
What's the difficulty?
We'll call this difficulty. Well, because there's like a door and they didn't want to be disturbed. We'll call it difficulty 3. That wasn't a social roll, so you don't take any damage or anything. But you can recover a strain if you want.
Yeah. Like.
Alright, Shepard. You are presumed to have been assisting Sin, but you can take a turn if you'd like. Also, Sin... oh, sorry. Nothing. Shepard, would you like to do anything?
I mean, I could attempt another negotiation, but it would be under the context of knowing that there are other devices that are available for warp drive that might not be good, and I don't know if they know about that. I would like to not start a galactic war.
They do know about it. You can use that.
Okay, so I guess then Shepard would kind of probably use Sin Salve as some sort of like a nod, because he'll start hinting at it at first, and then like literally just clearly play out the entire like we can find other uses and other devices that would be able to facilitate our needs. They do not come at a light cost though. And then proceeds to mention the Letnev and their new ish items.
That is unfortunate and very shameful. With this knowledge, we will need to find a way to stop the Letnev from doing this. For certain. I wouldn't want something to get out. You should keep this on the down low. But I'm afraid I still cannot give you a wormhole generator. However, you still get to roll, Shepard.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you make a negotiation? It is difficulty 2.
Maybe we can get something out of him instead. For the roll's sake.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
That's a weird one.
it is a weird one.
Threat? Well, fair. Threat and
It is not a success, because that
correct.
triumph did get cancelled. But you also take a threat. So, you can uncover any... Actually, I kind of almost let one slip. Their fear is a scandal. They would not want anything untoward to come out about them or the Kryus.
Scandalocious.
That is their fear. And that's the impression that you get. You also take 1 strain. But it's not a failed roll, so you don't take any other strain. Lalael is going to try a skill on their own. They're going to direct it at Sin. And they're going to try and charm you. Let's see. What's charm against? Charm is against? Cool. They're going to build their position a little bit. So I'm going to see what the roll gets, and then I'll try and roleplay it.
Okay.
So they're going to spend that, and then they're going
2 red, 1 green. Or 2 red, 1 purple for Sin.
2 red, 1 purple?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Cool. Let's do charm. Ooh, a fail and a despair. Fantastic. Okay. They're gonna take...
Spaghetti on the floor.
Yeah. They're gonna take an extra 2 damage. Since this is such a failure, what kind of thing do you want to learn, Sin, about Lalael?
Because Shepard dropped about the Letnev warp engine, I would like to know how, if Sin Lalael has known about it previously, if this is news to them, or if this is like known and they're not happy that more people know about it.
They're like letting it happen almost.
Yeah.
Well, I did mean one of their motivations, but...
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a motivation.
Sure. I can give you their desire, which is knowledge. Above all things, kind of like Yara. Let's say We wouldn't want the knowledge of the wormhole generation to get loose. You can see what other factions have started doing with it, and I shudder to think what would happen if it came to somebody else. They might use it or abuse it in a way that is unsuiting to our needs. I'm afraid I cannot let you have the wormhole generator. But please, accept this monetary reward. Surely this can help you in your mission much more than a wormhole generator could. The amount of money, by the way, is they give you about 30,000. 30,000.
Okay, that doesn't suck.
It's not zero.
No, it is not. I understand the crew's desire to maintain what is sacred to us. I understand. I'm going to... Okay. I'm going to describe what I'm going to intend to do with the comment, but I won't roleplay it until after I roll and what you tell me to roll. Does that
Sure.
seem reasonable?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's totally fine.
Yeah, I would like to prey on like carrot and stick, so a little bit dual purpose. So say that the Creuse could become targets because as soon as one faction has found out about like the ability to utilize Crimson Legionnaires or Creusian bodies to fuel warp technology, all Creuse are at risk and have become a fuel source rather than independent agents. So preying on their fear of weakness, or their flaw of weakness. And also say the only way that we can know more is in order to strengthen myself and my team. So if you're not willing to part with like a warp drive, is there anything else, like any particular weaponry or intelligence or something? Maybe it's not a warp drive. Maybe it's a particular, like a small fighter ship that is capable of warp. Something in order to help us with this fight, because it is physically daunting, and that's the only way we're going to be able to acquire more samples.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to throw knowledge as like the carrot, but the stick is we're more mortal and we're more vulnerable than we think we are. So, like, you got to give me something here in order to strengthen us for the fight.
I'll allow the flaw one to work.
Okay.
So, one boost.
Got it.
And how are you flavoring this one? Charm, coercion?
What do I got? I'll do a charm check. So that would be against their cool?
Yes. Their cool is 2.
So 2 red, 2 purple.
2 purple. To advantage. That can learn the last motivation.
Okay, sure. Give me.
I hold a lot of sway in the council nowadays, Sin. If I were found to have given away wormhole technology, especially to someone whose party contains a Letnev, I would not have the power that I do, nor the sway to make sure that the Creuse are working as hard and diligently as they can against the Mahacht. I'm afraid I cannot help you. Their strength is that they are influential.
Okay, rock on. I'm going to use my secret communication talent in order to tell Shepard what their desire, fear, strength, and flaw are.
I think you can convey one of those, right? Like you can
Okay,
convey
fair.
one thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know that you have had 2 chances to roll, but by now Krav has probably at least come back, and probably encountered Zaldenrock. I assume.
Yeah.
What do you think, C?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well,
Do you want him off your ship or not?
I mean, yeah, of course I want him off the ship. Well, as we're in the station, it's like, I just wanted to apologize because everyone's fucking rude and making themselves at home instead of properly introducing and following goddamn etiquette. I just want a fucking apology.
all right. Is that what you're saying to Zaldenrock, or just in general?
That's what he's muttering to himself as he storms down the hallway.
Yeah, basically.
Nobody gives me no goddamn respect. Nobody for the etiquette.
No one puts a spoon in the right spot. It's always on the left, not the right.
All right. I mostly want to know if you are acting against Lalael or not.
Probably not. Like we got a bigger stuff on our plate.
Okay. You maybe just see that Zaldenrock's there and just like huff in a frustrated way.
Yeah.
All right. Shepard, you now know Sin Lalael's one of their motivations.
Okay.
Whichever one that
Well, I already
Sin
knew the
gave.
scandalous one, right?
that
Like,
they
I kind of picked up on that one.
that their
though.
fear is a scandal. Yes.
Yes. Scandalous.
So Sin is going to communicate that they like knowledge, that learning for the sake of learning is a big thing for them.
I'm gonna ask
Lalael.
you, Jay, what do you want out of this other than the warp drive? Because we're probably not gonna get it.
Yeah, it's. I was also hoping for like any buckweave enhancements or anything that would be like, because we have the Nomad connection for arms and armory, but Krius have some special like zippy things, and maybe there's something that they can give us for that.
Okay, I think, alright then, could Shepard lean into negotiations and understand that they do not want to give us warp drive, but in order for us to be able to maintain our place within the system and gather information, we could also give them anything of our findings of the Mahakt or anything else, in trade for some of these items. So basically we would be, like, contact points.
Like bartering, I guess. Is that what you mean?
I wasn't even thinking of, I mean, this in itself is a barter, but just like...
You're offering
it's
knowledge.
Like,
I would consider that to be, since that's their desire, you would add 2 boosts to your roll.
I feel like there's a term for it in, like, spy espionage stuff, where it's like, it's just the person who's constantly getting information to give it to the other guy, but...
A knowledge broker.
Sure. Alright, well, I'm doing a negotiation roll, right?
Their
And I'm
negotiation
using
is
their
2.
Motivation.
You get 2 boosts. Because their desire is worth 2 boosts.
And still with 2 perps.
Still 2 difficulty. Alright, that's a success. So that's going to do 5 to them. Okay, it looks like they're willing to compromise at this point. The 2 advantage, you can probably just recover a strain from that. I still cannot give you a warp drive. What I can give you is perhaps resources, if they are necessary. Let me look around on my ship and I'll see what I can get you. But that's the end of that, I'm afraid. And Sin Lalael is going to use their Riftwalker ability and teleport off of your station. They step through a wormhole,
Dramatic exit.
basically.
Now that he's gone, I would love to. Shepard's gonna mention to Sin that the idea, like basically pulling out the whole weakness thing without actually knowing that he's weak. The idea that they have this technology puts them in a position that makes them stronger than many others. If everyone were to have this technology equally, they are now no longer at an advantage.
That is true.
They fear for their lives and for the lives of their people.
I know. But I also do not like that it takes one Crimson Legionnaire, one Creuse, in order to fuel each teleport. We are not a populous people. That's challenging. It's a great blow. I wonder... I would like to keep it cordial, but perhaps in the future, one of the threats that we could make is, hey, we'll release everything that we do know and make a warp drive public access. And if you want it to be the right one, you can give it to us and we won't release everything. I don't know.
Maybe in some way we could take weapons of mass destruction from another civilization and hand it to them. Give them an advantage, something that they would be willing to trade for a warp drive.
Yes, perhaps. I tried. It was worth asking for.
Agreed. Concerning and understandable. This galaxy is not kind.
No,
If you
it
show
is-
any weakness, you will be trampled.
That's why it's good to stick together. Sin will knock on the door and come out. Oh, hello, Zoldenrock.
Oh,
Hello,
hello. Where's Captain? I don't know. He didn't come this way. He was huffing and puffing down the hall, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, it seems to be good. The Sinlaliel is going to see if there are any resources that they can spare from this ship, and
And
share
they
it with us.
did their vanishing act?
Yes, they.
Okay,
They
probably for the
teleported.
best.
You guys hear a message over Lecoms. They explain, well, it's Lalael. I mean, who did you think it would be? We can get you some weaponry that might advance your Tengu's limited abilities. Would you prefer a stronger beam cannon, or would you prefer a plasma weapon?
It was just like sent to everybody.
This is
saying?
broadcast on all comms.
Yep.
Yes.
Molly, what would you like? Or Zoldenrock Thras?
Zoldenrock's the one on the guns most of the time, I think.
Yes, I think it's up to him.
What would you like?
Does Aldenrock know which one is better? Because I know
Which one's more advanced?
Shane
in the
doesn't know
sense?
the difference between either of them.
So,
I mean,
they
hopefully
are
they're roughly equal.
they are offering you a particle beam, which is 6 damage, and it has vicious 2, so it does stronger critical hits when it does a critical hit. The other thing they're offering you is an Incendos cannon, which deals 7 damage, so slightly, like, it deals 1 more damage than the other one, and it has burn 2, which means that it'll continue to burn the target.
I like Incendo. It's my vote.
God, Vicious has been fun, though, in my previous experience.
But burning.
Burn what? A ship? They don't burn. They're metal.
Okay, well, it continues to take damage.
Okay.
Metal can burn at high degrees of temperature.
That's the plasma one.
Yes.
You have noise
So
control.
it's plasma burning.
I have noise? Great.
Oh.
Fantastic.
That's the sound of plasma. When it
That's
burns.
the sound plasma makes.
I mean, I'd say clap your hands because I feel like anytime there's a loud sound, it kind of auto-adjusts the gate.
It's gone now.
It is gone.
Okay, yeah, I increased
That
the
was
noise reduction, the noise gate.
Aldenrock thinking. Yeah, we'll take the incendiary one then.
All right.
Oh, okay. What I expected.
Okay.
Me neither.
So I'll put this here. Start typing out everything. They teleport it onto the Tengu so that it can be easily installed. Damage 7. Crit 3. Burn 2. It's quite rare. The other one isn't quite as rare or as good, honestly.
Okay.
It also only takes 1 hard point, so you can just swap out any one of your 2 beam weapons. And why don't we do a knowledge roll for... We'll do a knowledge roll for Zaldenrock and Krov. And who's installing it, I guess? I guess the SAR would be installing it. So,
Yeah.
Krov and Zaldenrock, you each get a knowledge check. We'll just see who succeeds or who gets better. We'll call it difficulty 2. And this is going to be knowledge culture. Alright, Zaldenrock, it's a cool plasma weapon. Krov, you take a strain as you realize this is a Letnev plasma weapon.
Oh boy.
Why do they have this?
I don't know. Anyway,
Can I ask?
that's your knowledge to do with what you please.
My hands grab invisible oranges as they clutch into a claw.
Lalael transmits a last signal to Sin Sawe. Thank you for your continued work. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help, but I look forward to what you accomplish in the future. Please, get more Crimson Legionnaires. We need to learn as quickly as possible how we can free the rest as you have been freed. This is only to Sin.
Yeah. Acknowledged. That's all he says back, but it's yeah.
All right.
He's got that's what he's going to continue doing.
Sin hops in their ship and leaves. Okay, encounter over. You guys can recover all your strain.
Shepard gives Sin a red flower.
A rose?
Probably not a rose. Probably some weird genetic mutation of something I've plucked up. Probably a little bit more fleshy than normal.
Well, by any other name.
By any other name.
Yeah.
The Scarlet Rot.
-1 XP.
I was at like 3! I put the new gun on the Tengu.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who's ready to head out to Torkin?
Yay!
Before we head out to Torkin, the vignette, I want to talk to Thraz aboard the Mongrel is the 2-seater, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like Thraz, can you see me at the Mongrel ship?
I mean, sure. It's strange. It's usually
Weird
not
meeting
these.
place.
Weird meeting place. He kind of goes into the mongrel and it kind of shifts a little with the weight as he hops inside, and he's like, it's a little small for him. He's a bit, Hakoner a smidge taller than humans in my imagination. So he's kind of squatting in there a little bit.
Now he probably left the seat up.
Oh yeah, he probably doesn't know that it can go down. Damn humans.
Okay, you're the one that's been. You're the one that knows about the economic situation more than any of us. What do you make of the nomad's quote unquote explanation for this mission?
Well, he seems to have a bigger picture sort of thing. Mostly I'm just excited for the money because we didn't really get our full payment for the iodinium. I probably could have squeezed some out of the Gashly, even if they do have a bit of an advantage, but maybe we weren't going to get a lot either way. Listen, I don't love that we're going to be killing Hakan, but perhaps we don't need to do as much bloodshed. I have been thinking, the Nomad just wants the stuff to be not movable, right? And, I mean, you have Letnav on the line. Surely you don't want them to be hurt. What if we can... Now, stay with me. What if we can irradiate the currency so that it can't be used?
You mean like magnetically disrupted, or what do you mean?
Like, blast it with, like, gamma waves or something. Like Goldfinger.
So you want to turn the currency into toxic waste?
Well, even if it melts down a little bit, they won't be able to use it. Not for whatever the half-life of it is.
So you want to sabotage the supply? That's the idea that you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, it accomplishes the same goal. I have no allegiance to the Hakan, so if this hurts them economically, so be it. The Letnevs, they still have Primor. The Hakan lost it when the Letnev apparently invaded. Not but several months ago? A little bit into last year.
Okay. All right. Also, I'm gonna need. How familiar are you with the markets of Torkin?
Intimately. I have been there before. It's a welcome... Trust me. I don't know if it's your thing or not, but it's a bit of a luxury planet. You get my drift.
Yeah, I get your drift. R&R was a highly sought out thing in the military. But I have a request. Using your connections, if you can secure us an Encryptos module, could you do that?
My friend, I was already on it. You didn't know, but I was sort of in the effort of acquiring one myself. This will be nice and easy. I'll let you use mine. How about that? Free access.
All right. Sounds amicable. You know what? We have a deal.
Excellent. Of course, there's a small transaction fee, of course.
I gotta stare at it for a bit.
My palms are feeling noticeably ungreased.
He realizes he's at 11 out of 12 strain from earlier stuff today, and he's like, "You're right. Maybe I shouldn't push my luck. You can use it whenever you want. I'll put it on the sensor array once we come back to base, but you can use it in travel at will. Okay? But we need to find one. They're highly illegal."
Of course. That's why I sought out your expertise over anyone else's. All right. Good luck, and keep things on the down low. We know that Nomad's been here. Frankly, this is because we arrived on this ship as the only one that didn't need repairs. This was the only location I could trust to be not been bugged or been monitored somehow.
Oh, Nali repaired it.
I was
But
gonna say,
I don't think that... I don't think she would
in the future.
Who touched my ship?
Who put down the seat? Yeah, Thraz is just, he gets out and he's like, "Oh, my knees. Yep, will do. Good talking to you, Krav." Kind of pulls up his pants, wiggles his tail, and leaves.
You didn't need to pull that.
What?
Like, he kind of adjusts himself.
Okay, yeah, but still, like,
All the new one goes to them.
He didn't
Phrasing.
drop trow. Yeah, phrasing, boom. I just imagine him like a snooty little, like, I don't know, person, like,
Thraz
waist,
is
like, coat.
Thraz is
tucking
like
it
a
down.
cat with like a parasite, so he just kind of like scoots along the ground with his forearms, with his butt rubbing.
All right.
We don't talk about
Worms.
that.
So, We are going to Torkin. Everybody all ready to go to Torkin?
Are we there yet?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think so.
Yes, we're fine.
Are we there
Porking
yet?
it.
Do you guys have any standing orders for Clan Rue, or are you going to like have them come with you, or are you going to have them run the station?
Oh, the saw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need. Okay, I know that we technically haven't spent money or whatever, but can they do anything to restore like one location? I know that we have the command center and the meat center on the not functional right now. Can we make them repair one?
Yeah, sure. Also, the Nomad repaired your defense grid, is what he did.
Yeah, but I don't trust them.
Yeah. So do you want the command center or the meeting center?
Maybe the meeting center because we keep on getting people.
We keep on getting guests.
Since we keep on getting guests. All right, they're gonna go here and they're gonna work on getting rid of this. Once you're able to pay for it, it'll take effect.
Turns out all they need to fix was to fix the vending machine.
Yeah, right.
They keep kicking it, just shaking their heads. Alrighty.
Gordon, stop fucking with the microwave.
Gordon, stop fucking with the microwave. Alright,
There's
let's
so many fish in here.
go over here. It's
Oh,
a
God.
whole new world with a lot of floating shit.
Oh my god.
Hunter's runner song. It's the loading screen. It's the loading screen.
Alright, I've made some changes. We don't have time to go over every single change, so I won't go over them. You guys are, as usual, at Riftwatch. We're just going to use the Tengu as the catch-all instead of having all the little tiny things, because you guys don't really separate with them at all.
Right.
Understandably so. So, the nearest warm hole that you can go through is the Stygian Passage to get to this system immediately below it. Whoop. I put a big giant star over it so it's easily visible from space.
Nice.
So, the only problem there is that there is Mentac activity in the wormhole. So, if you would like to take a different route, you can, but there aren't many available.
I mean, we could just pay off the Mentac, right? To use the wormhole.
We got a
Technically, if
nice
they give us-
mechanic.
That would probably work.
Shall we shoot them?
That's a backup plan. We could probably
Yeah,
take 'em
pay first, then shoot later. Shepard's willing to use some of this money.
Yeah, we can pay him off.
Alright, we'll risk it then. We'll risk it for Le Biscuit.
off. Do we have a way to kind of cloak ourselves though?
You can fly
what
quiet.
we're
Yeah,
Going
we
to
try flying
Tarkin
quiet.
for, right?
Yeah, we got levels to this. We fly quiet, then we try to bribe our way out, then we shoot them.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So, the Mentac have a small fleet in here, mostly cruisers. Let's try and sneak past, why don't we? I don't know why I'm bringing up the Tengu sheet. I think what I need to do is ask y'all for a... Damn, how do checks work?
Do you want me to do the fly quiet check?
Yeah, probably. This is just an incidental thing, so hopefully it doesn't turn into anything more.
Nobody
Yeah, right.
sneaks.
Does anyone want to help me out with that?
Yeah, I mean, if we can
What's
just
the roll?
incidentally give boosts.
Yeah,
guess
I'll use a
ours-
story point for an upgrade and then.
No,
Yeah, you say
I'll
yours.
boost you. I'm the captain, so I'll boost you.
I'm pointing our new gun at him.
I'll make sure all the vital systems are online but quiet, so turning off everything unnecessary. The toilets don't flush for a while.
God, plumbing in
Zolnarok is
space.
pointing a gun through the porthole. He's like, like pointing through the glass at them.
I don't think anybody has higher ranks than you, Nolly, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I was specialized.
I think because Nolly has 3 yellows, I think Zolnarok has 2 yellows, 2 greens, so they're like that's like kind of roughly equal.
Ooh, hold on. Let me check on Thraz, because Thraz might be able to help you. Because he has
Free
abilities now.
Oh, he could inspire me.
He could inspire you.
But that's what the captain was doing.
No, this is an ability.
Oh.
Prov would
Yeah,
never.
literally. I think it like gives an upgrade or something.
Okay. Thraz is going to spend a story point. So let's do and do. and he is going to put his hands on Nolly's shoulders and be like, "Okay, Nolly, you got this. Remember, there's no penalty for failure. We can always pay our way out of it. Just know that whatever happens, we love you, and you can't make any mistakes because you belong with us." He's going to use Nolly's desire of belonging to inspire you. Now you can re-roll up to 3 dice during this roll.
Dope. Okay, cool. So I got my story point upgrade. I got my boosts. I got difficulty 3. I'm gonna roll it. We'll see about doing some rerolls if we want.
Ooh.
I think I'll take that. I'm fine with that.
All right. Yeah, because
You
you,
know
can
what? Just-
you can technically use it for the rest of the encounter, but I mean, the encounter's probably going to be over soon.
Yeah, and I will actually, because I always forget to do it, I will take this opportunity to spend 2 of those advantages buying back 2 story points for us.
Okay.
Get rid of
So-
this speed out of the way.
You fly quiet through the Stygian passage. There's kind of like a nebula that's leaked out of the wormhole, and even though you can see pirate signatures on your radar, and they can probably see your signature, they can't tell where you are, and you just kind of drift through the nebula until you can get up to enough speed, and then you warp the fuck out of the system before they even know what's going on.
Boom, slanging.
Slanging. Straight slanging it. And you make it to the Torkin system, home to Torkin and Tekron, which are not confusing at all. Let's go there, now that we've moved y'all. This should hopefully be a nothing burger encounter as well. Alright, y'all are in the Torkin system. There's a red giant at the center of this little solar system, small asteroid belt kind of spinning around it in its long age, and the other planets are kind of distant apart. There's a small nebula, but the most notable thing is that there is a fleet of Nalu here, a dreadnought class, along with a small fleet of hybrid crystal fighters. They're specialized fighters.
Ugh.
This is a Nalu-owned system. So, what you guys do?
Not good.
Nolly freezes up.
Captain, we're not moving.
Okay, like
Holy static noise.
Or I guess we're moving, but we're not. Nolly's not moving.
Hard to hear you, Dan.
Yeah, you got the
Okay,
static thing going
Background
on.
noise.
you need to replug
Gotta fix it.
because you're doing
Replug! Replug for your sins!
But
Better?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So, Nolly freezes up. Thraz is like asking her, like, Nolly, you gotta fly the ship. Krov, the Nalu own this system. They have a huge fleet here. What do we do?
All right. All right.
Incendiary
I'm
cannons,
gonna
let's
snap my
go.
fingers like Zeldarmak. Take over pilot duty.
No.
Take us nice and slow. Circle around the asteroid belt to shield us from the dreadnought sensors, and then make our way around to Torkin.
Be more fun shooting them than whatever.
Yeah. When you go over to the paladin chair, Nolly's like white knuckling on the controls, and as you get close, she's sort of saying through almost gritted teeth, like, Russ is trying to make me turn the ship around and warp out. Just get my hands off the controls.
Sin,
And,
can you
can
come
I just-
get your kid over here?
Can I
yes,
pick you up
certainly.
and move you?
Sin is
Shepherd?
going to embrace Nolly from behind and reach and put his hands over hers and slowly say, "Okay, and we're going to let go," and sort of gently prise, like, there's a way of making the hand release by pressing on, like,
Yeah.
the
The
knuckles.
wrist? Oh, on the
Hmm.
knuckle.
It's a mechanic thing, so it travels to the wrist. So he's going to do that and just sort of gently take her hands off the wheel, and then
Yeah.
do a backwards hug, so you're still in his arms.
And do the thing where you where Poe is like trying to calm down the angry guy in Mulan, and
Yes.
and rocking
Now
him as he's
Mulan
like
needs to do that.
the-
Yeah.
very well.
Full on thin, like curled around hug, like armor is now encasing Nolly.
Pretty much.
This works. She is still pretty tense, but you're at least able to get her off the controls and bring her off to the side.
I'll give you guys a story point back for that. Essentially taking out Nolly. Zaldenrock, it's time for you. You don't have
Hey.
Fly Quiet, right?
What? I don't know what that is.
It's
So
a
no.
talent. So
No.
He doesn't have any flying talents.
Why
he's
would I?
untalented. Well, I don't know. Just
I'm
ask him.
talented, just not in anything that doesn't matter.
Yeah, just snipe them from here. So,
Yeah. It's fine.
you need to try and either basically stealth through this, or negotiate your way through this. It kind of depends what you guys want to do. But for now, let's just have you do a dangerous piloting check to go into the asteroid field.
Yep. And it's difficulty.
We're gonna call this. So dangerous driving is usually the silhouette. So the silhouette of the Tengu is 5. What's the thing that you
Is there
can
a way
do
to
to?
boost by like helping him navigate the asteroid field then?
Yeah, it's either
Fly-
plot course or something like that. Let me just check.
Astrocartography or perception?
Vehicle rules. Okay, plot course that removes setbacks for dangerous terrain, and then co-pilot is what reduces the difficulty. So somebody can co-pilot and somebody can plot course. Piloting is the key one for co-pilot, and perception is a key one for plot course or piloting.
I got some ways to do perception useful.
Yeah, Nolly could probably co-pilot. Now she can. Now that Sin has helped collect her.
What's your perception, Yara?
Oh, that's true. You have high perception. My perception is 2 yellows and a green, but I also can boost it with the familiar technically.
Okay, so you technically are better, so I can assist you and give you another boost.
Okay.
Because I'm also a 2 yellows, 1 green, but I don't have the familiar thing.
Raz also has 4 in perception, just in general, with a
maybe
boost.
we should just with a boost.
Yeah.
We can just help Draz. Okay.
Okay, so that's for plot course, so we can try that.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys are assisting with the boost. Is anybody doing co-pilot? That one's piloting.
I think Nolly could do co-pilot.
Nolly was doing co-pilot.
Okay, that's difficulty 2.
Okay, cool. I can just roll that right now. All right.
Well, there's that. Let me try.
Makes sense, she's stressed.
Yeah, it's a little stressed out.
She will boost Zaldenrock's check with that though, with the 2 advantages.
Boost.
Okay, reduce. Oh, so this reduces the setbacks. Okay. And I will also boost you as well. So we got rid of all the setbacks for the asteroids, but we didn't reduce the difficulty, so it's still difficulty 5 for you.
5. All right, so it's difficulty 5, 2 boosts. Story. Oh, has a story point been used
Nope.
at all in that? No. Okay, well, use that. Upgrade, and then that's a piloting, right?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Aha.
triumph. Okay. I mean, since you got a triumph on this, we can let you recover a strain or whatever you want. But I think the triumph will mean that the dreadnought has perhaps lost sight of you. Maybe they thought it was just a trick of the nebula nearby.
Yeah. What was that?
Sure. I'm gonna say that can get you past the dreadnought. So you slip into Torkin after hiding your signal, using your impulse, like rockets to just drift all the way to Torkin, keeping a low signal and not exuding any signature. They land on Torkin.
Using
Easy.
All right,
Another happy landing.
another happy landing. Phew.
space drifting.
Yeah. Nolly is understandably a bit shaken, but not stirred. And you guys are directed by the control on the planet to park in Lot A. You drift down. It's a highly bustling city, very active. Let's go there, shall we? All right. Welcome to Torkin Prime. Let's perhaps change music. Uh,
Cyberpunk music starts playing.
uh,
Why
In Torque and Prime, you can. Yeah.
yeah.
you can, yeah.
Yeah.
In
You
Torkin
can.
Prime, that's great.
If we can describe
can
things, can there
come.
be a
Torkin.
bunch of like neon signs that just say "Yeah" in Torkin?
Yeah, in Torkin. That's
That's just it.
it's perhaps a local meme or something that people are just riffing on, I guess, and advertisers have cringily picked it up as well.
Just somebody doing any
Thanks,
activity
Sony.
and then just says "Yeah" in Torkin.
Yeah, in Torkin. All right. So Torkin Prime is an overpopulated, luxurious world. The planet has very few mineral resources, and this is just background knowledge for you guys, assuming that you did a Wikipedia search at some point on the place that you're going to. Like before Italy, maybe looking up what the Duomo is or something.
I got a few encyclopedias and tour and travel guides on my Savant.
Torkin Prime does not have that much water. The majority of the planet supports like not that much life either because of its lack of water. So the city on Torkin Prime is nestled near a large landlocked reservoir. It has been completely manufactured. Some parts of it kind of like peek out from the landscape to keep it sea level. So it's kind of like some places are like an exposed bowl almost. Um, and you can see that there are like large ships like passing underneath you as you go to land the ship that are just carrying gigantic amounts of water that have been filtered into their like shipping containers, and then they're just dropping it into the reservoir, keeping anything that has like transpired through the rest of the planet and just bringing it back to Torkin Prime. It's ridiculously expensive to keep this kind of lifestyle because they didn't terraform the planet. They just put all the water in
It
one
worked.
place.
So this is a combination of the worst, worst like world cities combined together. Like
We can say
Vegas,
that.
They're just really
And-
thirsty.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's Vegas.
Vegas and Dubai.
Vegas and Dubai combined. You can see that the water is like pumped into like these large terraced kind of hydroponic buildings and aquaculture buildings and aqueduct buildings, and they look to be highly. There's like a huge amount of security around them. It looks like they really care about their water here. You can see skyscrapers competing for height in these like claustrophobic clusters around the reservoir bowl, while countless brightly colored advertisements are speckling the skyline and bidding for your attention. You park near the hydro towers in Lot A, which has a nice exhibit on the exit showing you how food gets grown here. It's like, kind of like a Disney kind of exhibit. It shows you like the process, and it shows like some happy scientists like making food and stuff. And the place is busy and bustling. You guys,
That's like Jurassic Park.
yeah, kind of. You take a tram that leads directly into downtown, injecting you guys into the heart of Torkin Prime. What do you guys see on the tram ride?
All right. What do we
Subway
see?
Surfers.
Oh God. Yeah, I was gonna say, do you mean in the tram ride, or do you mean like what we see
On the way,
outside?
you
from
can
the tram? Okay.
either or.
I'm gonna guess there's a bunch of like economic equality here. So yes, there's definitely Subway Surfers.
I was gonna say we see as we're going by, we see almost a like vertical slice of the city in that you can see an extremely high-end restaurant up at like one of the it has like a whole wall of windows where you like all the tables are seated and it's very like dim lighting, very fancy. Next down is like a bunch of street food, like carts basically, all and people milling around through that. And down below, like underneath the travel overpasses, you can see like a police shakedown happening. Down on like the lowest level, someone is being like sort of pulled aside and shoved into a cruiser.
A like tarp food stall is being knocked over.
Yeah.
I would let's say like at some point the tram goes through like a portion of the city where it almost feels like it's been dug into apartments. Like, did not care whoever fucking lived there, but it obviously is very like Kowloon walled city. Like, it's just piled on top of each other. So the train just goes right through it, and it's like this flashing lights from all the different apartments, but also then this quick darkness as it just like leaves.
Like there's scaffolding still in the tunnel area to like hold it up, but it's like
Yeah.
obviously hasn't been properly constructed again.
I would say like it's properly constructed in a way that it doesn't cause rebellion from like the citizens, but also there's definitely like less care to the apartments, so they
I was
have
imagining
like
something that was like literally bored through. So there's like still
Yeah.
furniture and toilets and things like that have been abandoned that we see as we're flashing by.
But there's
Yeah.
scaffolding, so it's up to code.
Yep.
Right, like it's structurally sound, but fuck the apartments.
Tons of graffiti everywhere in these sort of areas too.
In terms
Okay, what's
of
the
people and
gigantic orb
advertisements.
in Las Vegas?
Oh god, don't tell me that's here.
There's a few floating in the sky. It's just hovering
Oh my
and
god.
playing advertisements.
The ceiling dome
It's got a
nipples now
smiling
glow.
emoji.
Ugh.
Awesome.
What were you saying about the people, Jay?
Oh no, it's if we're on like public transit or we're seeing people, we're probably seeing all walks of life as well. It's very crowded, many different species, but there's also many different like economic classes represented. So there's probably some very popular like influencer, like beauty personality in very fine clothes, walking and drinking like a soda can that has been advertised, but there's also a junkie using the soda can as a pipe, like just next to her. So
Nice, I like it. Alright. Everybody
And,
good? Oop.
At some point while we're walking around, Nolly like sort of motions, maybe to like Sin, because Sin's probably walking next to her, to like slow down for a sec. She's like, "Oh, I think, oh, this is weird, but maybe Ross has been here before. I think this looks familiar."
well, it's new to you, so if you see anything you like, will you let me know?
Yeah, I will. I just, look, it's a weird feeling.
Like, what is it? Deja vu.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like that, but sinister.
Oh, enchanté. Anyway, let's get off the tram. You guys get off the tram. You exit into downtown Torquay Prime. There's signs leading you off in every which direction, though they're hard to notice amongst all the advertisements like pushed in around them, like crowding them. And you guys are just soaking it all in. There's so many people around here. There's way too many people, honestly. The sidewalks are completely crowded. There's lots of traffic on the ground all around. Anybody that's flying seems to be like restricted into where they can go. So there's like lines of small flying vehicles, like personal transports, just zooming through the air. But there's not a ton of them. The place here looks kind of sort of industrial, but there's a lot of corporate buildings too, and a lot of really nice looking buildings. Those are the ones that don't seem to have any advertisements on them other than their own. While you guys
Put my
are
wallet into my inner pocket.
awesome. While you guys are standing here, well, you guys are probably talking about your mission, right? Like, you got to figure out what you're going to do here on Torquay. You have a few things. It might be worth reminding you that the Nomad suggested that you come here and look for a cloaking device. They noticed that you were probably on your way here to track down a Mahakt drug on a Yin shipment that headed here. Don't know if anybody remembers that, but you weren't just here for a cloaking device.
Now I remember. I forget if we rolled to figure out that it was here, but we couldn't figure out the specifics of it, right?
The shipping manifest was decoded, I believe by Sin.
So, yeah, that was what it was.
Or maybe someone told you, I think.
I think Sin did.
And the Nomad also told us to seek out Arclight Industries, who is allied to him.
Yes.
All right. So maybe we split it into two groups looking for info, or should we handle this? Because both seem kind of important to deal
I
with.
say we do the official business of visiting the Arclight first. That way, we don't get in trouble immediately, and then we can do the follow up with the stealth device, and then we do uh, the manifesto. That way, we can like if at any point something goes wrong, we can abort early without like significant loss.
A guy walks up to you. He's got opaque sunglasses and a mohawk and a soul patch, and he's wearing a sort of trendy getup. He walks up to you and he opens up his little pouch, and a small, like, mechanical familiar with a large lens on it comes out, and he turns towards it and he says, "What's up, guys? It's SpeedHat72, and I'm back here again in the center of downtown Torkin Prime. We're looking at our best foods that you can find if you're visiting Torkin. We got extra noodle roots from Kappa Joe, and they have a new thing that we're going to try out today called Chiron Exopod legs with Canaran citron sauce. That's super exciting. There's so many weird people out here today," he gestures to you guys, "and, we're just excited to get things going. I mean, look at these guys. These guys are tourists, right?"
I'm gonna go hide
right.
behind Shepard and start hacking his stupid familiar.
Deck sweeper module, go.
No,
Designed to eliminate content creators.
I am not the bloodthirsty one.
I'm going to plug in a scam like pyramid scheme into his like comments.
Okay, so you're going to need to get a hack going. So let's do a computer check. It's not particularly hard. We'll call it difficulty 1.
Put the porn bots in his YouTube comments.
Zaldrock,
Yes.
are you taking out your gun for some gunslinger
No.
diplomacy? Okay.
I could, but no, not this
Shit,
early.
man.
Just my pistol or whatever would be enough, I think. but-
Is he on the
Just
public
a pistol.
Wi-Fi? He's on the public Wi-Fi without a VPN.
So it would seem. I mean, Zaldrock, you would probably get to this before Yara gets to hack a device.
I want to intimidate him and make him go away, or implicate him in something shady.
Sure. Zaldrock, you can go
Oh,
first because you mentioned something first.
Can I just like say back off, and then Sin can kind of come in and be more intimidating?
Loom. I'm good at looming.
Yeah. Maybe I can do a.
Or if this dude is live
wait,
streaming, I have a terrible idea. Do we want to drop the info about the
I do
Mohawk
have-
threat?
to this?
Start a panic.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
I thought you didn't want me to spread it out because I was gonna spread it out too widely. Now you're gonna do it on the.
No, it's that's why I
my
said it's a
bad.
bad idea.
Oh.
Granted, it is essentially like a TikTok influencer, so it's one of those nobody's gonna take him seriously at first. This might be a good way to like spoon feed.
He does just
Like,
keep kind of
breastfeed.
talking when he realizes that nobody's like paying attention to him, but he's using you guys as like a backdrop to his YouTube video.
This might be
he
a way
just
to
has
drip feed
Shepard's
things.
legs into his torso. He doesn't actually see his head. Shepard bends down to him just to like wave into the camera.
Raz waves into the camera as well.
I say go for it because this, as I said, it's going to take a while for anybody to believe him. So this would be like a drip feed sort of thing.
Captain, what do you say?
Oh, I don't care.
You're not the captain.
I am the captain now.
Well, I was.
Presumptuous.
Zaldrock, you still have free reign. You can still do your thing if
It's
you wanted to
fun.
pull
I'm
out
just
a
gonna
gun.
go up to this guy, right up to his camera, and just tell him to, "Hey, buddy, find someplace else to do your little filmography."
Whoa.
And I'm gonna coercion check, and I have like my terror enhancement armor
Ooh.
on.
Okay. You are
Success.
cosplaying as a Mohawk. You come over, because that's kind of what your thing does.
Yeah, it's the Mohawk Slaughterer. Yep.
Xeno's skeleton helmet, and he's just like, wait, that's real bone.
Oh shit!
Rock is literally the predator right now.
Good.
Predator bird. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Success.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so first, you're gonna take 2 strain for targeting this guy.
Okay.
Second of all, coercion is against discipline. So let's find his discipline. His discipline is non-existent, so it's difficulty 2.
And then let's go. I think I should just. Where is it? It is. Get the fuck out of my area.
Streamers make him annoyed.
You can use that triumph to do a critical remark, which will deal a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5, 10 strain to him, which will take him out immediately.
Perfect. And then
Sounds good.
the threats, I assume.
The threats.
He goes through with cringe because he's doing it in public. Like he is drawing attention to himself.
Yeah. So you do point this all out, and then Speed Hat 72 just looks to you and looks up his pulls up his hands, and he's like, "Whoa, buddy, I didn't mean to offend you. I just figured you were, tourists or something. I'll back down. Come on, Cammy." The cam drone kind of like twitches as Yara's thing takes hold, and he kind of like it rests into his hands. Yo, what's wrong? Ah, shit. I gotta get this thing fucking fixed. Zork off, you
I make it
guys.
so we can. It's like I make it so it just acting normal again, but I just kind of whispered to everybody. I'm in. What do you want me to say? Have his comments say?
Oh,
Message in the comment section.
do the laughing man thing from the Ghost in the Shell with like something like nonsense phrase with the circles around his logo, and then on the bottom
nice.
there's like the Mohawk something cryptic, like something has reawakened.
I'll say, or you know
Oh,
what?
I
I'll
like
do this.
that.
I'll do this as an info dump thing. So I'll make a little emoji with that, and I'll basically say, the. Fuck, I need to think about this for a second.
Make it short, because if it's too long, you'll lose their attention.
Yep.
Maybe
The
Yara
Mohawk
does.
nectar is the Mohawk nectar is a poison to the populace. It's kind of stow a very cryptic sort of like paranoia. So the Mohawk nectar is a poison to the populace.
All right. You inject this into the cam drone, and it takes over his feed. He notices it on his like savant as he's like looking through. What the zonk is this? He's like trying to swipe it to make it go away. No, guys, that's not me.
I'll have one random commenter anonymously just say this much: do not. High C is tainted. Do not take the drug. People are really dying in all caps! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Who's this fucking troll? Get the. I'm
Just have,
ending
like,
this.
Mom, get him!
He
Set up
turns
an
off the
algorithm to
stream.
Just like set up an algorithm to like spam his things every so often with that message and with a different name.
Bots just saying, High C is not bussin'. For real, on God, no cap.
Basically, anything to dissuade. Just like it's
I
real
just
dangerous.
lost
I need.
real brain cells.
Oh.
listening to that.
The problem is this: that's probably the most effective messaging anyone has delivered.
Yeah.
That should spread
I'm scared.
to anyone he streams.
All right. So they walk away. You are unperturbed now.
It's kind of the company.
All right. You look around looking for some sort of sign for your way there, and a robot walks up to you. Well, rolls up to you on little treads. How can I assist you today?
Can we trust this guy?
Are you looking for
No.
information?
It's a robot. I don't know if trusting it is a thing.
Like the Arc-like conglomerate. Locate the address, please.
Arclight Conglomerate is located in the financial district. And it creates like a small map on a like savant that's attached to one of its limbs, and it points it. It shows you a map with a little thing that leads you directly to there, little line,
No, it's
and says you
actually
are
useful.
here.
Can I like cross-reference that just to make sure it isn't lying? Do a good search.
Yes, I suppose you can.
What is the?
Is Google lying to me?
Yes.
I mean,
I just want to make sure.
He's like, this is why I use Bing. Thank you very
I
much.
use DuckDuckDog.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Dog, go.
Dog,
Minus
go.
1 XP.
Oh, dog, stay.
Get out of my head! Can I assist you with anything else today? Would you perhaps like to partake of any of Torkin's prime dining locations on your route towards financial industries?
Where's the best burgers on the planet?
Incompatible. Burgers do not exist on Torkin.
You see Yara's face just drop. Dear Lord.
On your way, you can find something to eat. Processing. You can find beetroot sushi at the Oyama. Seaweed beer is a popular beverage for those visiting Torkin for their first time.
I don't know, guys. You want beet sushi?
I don't eat any of these things.
Can't you just absorb it through your nutrient things?
I mean, they probably come on metal plates or like their silverware. You can have some of that. You can
If
have my
anyone is willing
silverware.
to spare a fork, I will eat the fork.
There's plenty of sidewalk.
I will not eat and disrupt.
If you see somebody throw like a metal
This piece
can on
is
the
already
ground,
crumbled.
what about
You know
that?
what? You know what? While Shepard is here, he will help clean the city's floor by eating literal trash.
A snack for the road.
Yeah, road snack. Oh look, it is a snack on the road, and it is also road.
Street food.
Is this?
Yeah.
Is this what we call street food? Anyway,
Can I assist you with anything else? Perhaps you'd like to find fine clothing goods. Perhaps you'd like to find something else.
I feel like we can use this to benefit. Is there
Armor
anyone-
attachments.
I
just
don't
scream into
understand the request.
robot. Armor attachments.
If you're looking for clothing, you can find some at Tunics of Torkin.
I speak to a representative.
A representative is being dispatched to this location.
No,
Please
okay,
wait.
never
We have to
mind.
go.
Your
We have to
estimated
go.
wait time is 2
Kill
hours
that.
and 43 minutes.
We have to go
Perfect.
slowly.
Hold on, Shepard is
Wait,
going to
I'll
ask
be here in
for
2 hours.
common laws and etiquette for the populace.
That's a good one.
Common laws are similar to those on Mechatol Rex.
Expand.
Murder is bad. Stealing is bad. Illegal things cannot be sold or bought.
Can they be traded?
Please provide parameters to what is
Jesus
illegal
Christ,
on
you
this
guys are getting
planet.
tracked. I'm moving
only-
on.
It's only bad if you get caught.
You guys are talking to officially like a state-sanctioned robot who's like, I'm sure they're tracking this.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I'm a
isn't going
robot,
to
I don't
help
know.
us at all. Come on, let's go to the
Yeah,
financial
we can't be here
district.
in 2 hours.
Shepard is going to stay.
Yes.
He will catch up.
The media droid puts out a little light bulb above its head that says seeking assistance, and it's just circling around. And you leave it behind.
Yeah, later.
It will presumably be there for 3 hours or so. Alright, you guys are heading towards the Torkin Financial District. You guys can easily grab a cab or do a nice long walk.
I say we grab a cab.
Sounds about right.
I cannot fit.
You can sit on top of it.
That
You're 10 feet tall. You can run pretty
Oh.
fast, right?
that
I
is
wish to
true.
not harm any of the inhabitants of this planet.
Maybe, Shepard, maybe you can secure lodging for the night.
That could
They
work.
gotta
I mean,
have something like little personal mobility devices, right? Like he could get like a
Segway.
essentially
You
a
guys-
jetpack Segway.
just you go there and I'll be able to catch up. I mean, my stride's definitely bigger, but it's probably not super far away.
Sure. Alright, let's have you guys go to Arclight Industries. You guys arrive at the stark white tower with the Arclight logo upon it. It's sort of reminiscent of the Nomad's sort of symbol, but it's been rearranged so it's circling around the words Arclight. Light being capitalized, it's spelled L-I-T-E. You head in through the doors, and you can see 2 security guards waiting at the entrance of a marble enclosure, much more stark white. You can see fancy paintings on the wall, a little gauche for your taste. The place looks positively rich. It looks more like a bank than it does an industrial building.
Well, it is in the financial
Oh
district.
boy.
Sure. The security guards just kind of look at you as you all enter, minus Shepard.
Nolly will stride up confidently and be like, "We are agents of the Nomad, and we were told to come here. I presume you know why we're here."
The security guard looks at you guys up and down. Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I haven't been briefed of any visitors today. Why don't you give me your name, and we'll see if we can get things started for you, little miss,
Oh, thank goodness, because I don't know why we're here either. My name is Nolly.
Nolly.
Yeah,
And
it's
scribbles
the
something down onto a...
and then, and she's looking, yeah, and then Lee. Yeah, you got it.
Uh-huh. Can I
There's a
please ask
choice
you what
here.
your business is here today with, who are you here to see?
That
Forget
is
if we got
a
a name.
great question.
You did not
She
get a
turns to
name.
the rest of the group.
You got almost no information.
Yes.
All right, Yara's gonna hit the web for a quick second. Can I do a knowledge culture on this?
Wait, did
Sure.
the Nomad say go to Arclight Industries? I have connections there, and not tell us who the actual connections are?
Yep.
Pretty much.
What a freaking dork.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a freaking dork.
Okay, I don't have knowledge culture, but I do have good knowledge, so let's just roll this blank. I get a boost from having the savant.
Yep. We'll call it
What's the
knowledge.
difficulty?
Difficulty 1. In fact, no need to roll.
Okay.
Fuck that.
All right.
You look it up on Wikipedia. You can see that the manager currently of this building at Arclight Industries is somebody named Zandon Chase. They're a Federation of Soul human. Sorry,
Alright,
not
so-
They don't belong to the Federation. They're a human. Correction.
I'll tell Traz or Krav. I'll just tell, kind of talking to them, both of them. Give the name of the guy and be like, he seems to be the manager here. If we want to get a better, entrance, maybe ask for that name.
I haven't heard of him, but I can give it a whirl. Unless you want to give your charms, Captain.
There's like
Charms.
yeah, that's like the thing that I'm bad at.
I doubt you want me to give him my charms.
Don't you have coercion? You could just be like, we have pressing business. We have to talk with da 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 da. We have a mission to do.
Good.
Look, we were told what are we here to acquire exactly?
Cloaking technology to
We
cloak our
could-
ship.
We could probably just on the sly be like, "Hey, we're here for the thing, the planet, like rhymes with Rymore. We're dealing with that."
I don't want to be too overt because then they're gonna
Right.
make a report out of it. It's like look, we didn't come with an appointment, but we did come with a recommendation from the Nomad himself regarding a navigational technology to Primor. Like there must be a supervisor or something that you must be connected to because you're connected to us.
What was the name of the manager again?
Zandon Chase.
Zandon Chase. Maybe just name drop it. If you can't connect us
Yeah.
to Zandon Chase, somebody else.
Or an associate, whichever will be fine. I understand that I understand that the work is annoying, so it'll be easier for all of us.
Well, that was nice of you. Do you want to make a little charm check?
Believe me, I have to deal with this shit every single day at work.
I want to talk to the boss of
Wait,
the place.
what's the difficulty? I should have asked first.
That's true. Let me look it up. There's 2 of the guys here, so we're gonna say that they are 2.
In that case, just take this.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
On charm is versus cool. Okay, yeah, that is. Wait, is cool presence? That would make sense, right? It is. They actually have a much lower thing. Their difficulty is only 1. So if you'd like, you
just
can.
get rid of the dice. Like one's a blank anyway.
That's fine. We can get rid of a blank. Okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna take 3. And you can recover a strain or give a boost or something. listen,
Give a boost to the next person.
nobody
Shine.
just goes to see Zandon Chase. This is the manager of Arclight Industries. They're a very busy guy. I don't care who you claim to know. Everybody and their mother knows the Nomad. Or some pretender. Raz kind of
I'm just gonna.
tugs on his
I'm
collar.
gonna try and do something kind of silly but cool, where I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, you know about Dogcoin?" And I'd be like, "I dropped you a Dogcoin as a bribe. Let us through. We got connections."
Dogcoin.
Dogcoin.
We take Ore here, ma'am.
I show him the conversion rate of the Dogcoin.
I go invisible and I start
It's
climbing up the wall.
it's the 200 Ore. That's why, the one that I auto get.
All right. Why don't we make a? I guess this is charm also, right? Or no? I guess this would be negotiation, huh? Taking a bribe. I guess.
Yep. Get a
Okay.
boost from using currency. I give him 200 Ore.
Sure. Give a boost.
And what's the difficulty?
This is going to be difficulty 2.
Cool. Okay.
All right, that's enough to take out this guy and a little bit of the next guy. So I'll just put that one. I'll go look him up. I mean, it's the least we can do.
Make sure to share that with some of your friends.
The guy didn't really reveal to the other security guard that you had just offered them a bribe. So he just kind of goes off on his own. Well, while we wait for them to get back, we're gonna need to search you guys for weapons. Unless you have any that you'd like to surrender.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Nolly.
I'll do it openly. Sword and a gun.
Yeah, Nolly pulls out her Grazer pistol and her beam pistol and sets them in whatever little tray he's presenting or lockbox or something.
Right, well, I'm still gonna have to pat you all down. You all take 2 strain from his uncomfortable inspection ability.
Just come as
Except for
just 'cause I'm a
Sin.
dog doesn't mean you can pat my head.
I did. There was other stuff happening, but I did say that I was going to go invisible and climb up a wall to try and infiltrate this place.
Sin's gonna keep the weapons.
I'm keeping my weapons.
Yeah. We should probably do a roll for that.
Okay.
So I'm down my pistol and my grenades then.
Their vigilance is gonna be 2 yellow.
I like the scene, Nolly puts a couple guns down, Grov, pulls out his poniards and a gun, and then Yar just keeps pulling grenades out of her pockets.
I can only carry 3. That's not that bad.
Okay.
You can
They're
put those
too
on
much-
a bandolier.
They're too much encumbrance to carry more than 3, apparently.
Grenades are surprisingly heavy after all.
You do succeed, Sin, and you get some advantages. It looks like nobody saw you. You just walk behind a guest, and then as you're spinning around them, you turn invisible. Then you start clacking up the walls, and nobody hears you, in spite of the echoey chamber. Alright, Sin, I suppose this is going to get you ahead of the curve here. What do you intend to do?
I was intending to follow somebody into either an elevator or clamber up a wall and into another level. And
We can say you followed the security guy.
yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Okay. You are standing in the elevator with the security guy. It's kind of a bit cramped because you're quite tall and trying to avoid touching him. You notice he's like picking his nose, kind of looking at himself in the reflection of the chrome interior door. Kind of flicks it off somewhere. Starts whistling to himself. He's not very good at it. And then finally, the door's open and he steps out. There's a large security chamber with a whole bunch of images everywhere. You look at the images and they are not just from around the building. It looks like they're just tons and tons of YouTube videos and other sorts of media, TV channels and stuff. You don't.
Is my
Or
spam
not.
bot on one of them?
Yeah, you see that. It looks like it's on a repeat. You see some of the people talking about it, and the security guard comes over to their superior, and they're like, Hey, we got some people that are here to see Xandon chase. They claim they know the Nomad. There's like a dog, there's an elf, there's a cat, there's a bird, and there's like a 17-year-old child or something. You mean like this? And they point at the video. Yeah, that's them. I don't know what those two pillars are in the back. I didn't see anything like that down there. Well, apparently we do have a security briefing. They do know, they know the Nomad? Shit. Fuck. I gotta get down there. Someone get Xandon on the horn and let them know that they got people coming. I'm gonna head back down there as soon as I can. Then he runs back into the elevator. Sin, what do you do?
Ooh. This is so tempting.
The infiltrator's dilemma. Do I ever show myself, or do I remain hidden forever?
I'll follow him. I don't want to get stuck here.
You don't want to miss your opportunity, so you slink back into the elevator and follow it down. Finally, they're done with their search, and the guy's just like whistling and talking about, hey, did you guys catch the game last night?
Which one?
I mean, you know, the game. Oh, are you guys not from Torkin?
I kind of gesture.
We're here on business. I also have a question just before it matters.
Sure.
With the pat downs and stuff, does he know that Nolly's hand wraps are Hakan's snub gauntlets? Like, did those get taken off as well?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I think it's probably noticeable. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
they did a search. So unless you were trying to hide them, then yeah.
I don't know if it is going to be relevant, but technically I got like stuff that isn't weapons, but my inventory's full. So like, you know, the tools, the medicum, that sort of stuff. Is that all confiscated or no?
No, there's not weapons.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's fine.
I got a bunch of weird computer stuff on.
Anyway, did you catch the latest ZGB last night? Sorry, Zero Gravity Ball.
Furiously Wikipediaing.
Oh, is that like Blitzball?
I don't know what that is, but this is like you're in zero gravity. They got like a thing generating it. It's like this big old ball, kind of. You've probably seen one of them floating around in the air with advertisements on it. But they do this game where they try and kick a ball into the other goal.
Okay, yeah, so it's Blitzball.
I never heard of Blitzball, buddy. But either way, it was a good game.
Things call it soccer.
Good thing you don't know anything about Blitzball, because the lead player is a very racist.
Right.
Waka waka. All right. The other security guard comes down and he's like, Frank. They do? Okay. Yeah, you can head up. Mr. Chase will be expecting you. He's on the top floor penthouse.
You're gonna keep good care of our stuff, right?
Yep, it'll be right here in the and he puts it in a locker. And he just thumbs you up.
People remember the number of the locker. Don't lose your key.
When Sin is going to whisper, it's like, apparently the briefing or security briefing was sent ahead of us. So they know we're legitimate. They're actually sending us to him.
Oh boy. Yeah, keep us posted.
Mm-hmm.
Guys go up the elevator. And, oh, Sin, are you with them now? You can slip in, like, pretend that you were with them the whole time.
Yeah, I will slip in.
Sure. You head up, and the doors open into a perfectly pristine office. There's monitors all along the walls. You can see one that's streaming like ZGB on it. There's a few that are like doing local news networks, as well as some sort of like weird animated show. Not sure why that one's on, but a guy is looking out the window. He's like got a clean-shaven like head, darker skin, and he's wearing a business suit with like a blue, like a teal blue shirt underneath the black suit, and a like bright teal tie. And he turns towards you. Hello. How can I help you guys today? The name is Zandon Chase. Can you guys wait outside? Two security guards nod and head towards the entryway. So, what brings you to Arclight Industries? I hear the Nomad said you might have use of me.
I'm gonna
Well,
chime
actually,
in.
it was the
sorry.
other way around. But he recommended talking to you about on our passage to the heavily fortified system. Um, we are primarily looking for some kind of shielding uh, navigational device, but as this is industry, I assume that's what he recommended. Uh, recommended you to us. Do you perhaps are aware of our of why we are here?
Well, I was told that you might be looking for some illegal goods. I could probably point you in the right direction. We have a
I gotta sign like, Jesus, he's not very subtle about this, is he?
well, we don't have to be subtle. There are no cameras in here. I hate the damn things. Not the least because we're using them for the Nomad's purposes.
Yeah, I guess that's
Are you familiar with Arclight Industries, Mr. Krov, was it?
Yes.
Krov Sida Oligote. I know how you Letnev are.
Like I tip about it's like I assume I can keep on calling you Mr. Chase.
That's acceptable. Don't need too much formality here. You can even call me Zandon if it pleases you. Kind of a man of the people. So,
So let's get down to business. How can you help us?
So, we got an algorithm. It monitors everybody that's using our devices. We at Arclight Industries produce lots of different high-end tech conveniences that we use here on Torkin. Computers, holo projectors, gaming systems. Those are pretty popular. Media screens. We also have a side business in entertainment. That's one of ours up there. He points at the animated show that's going on. I noticed that you guys kind of made a splash on entry. That Speed Hat 72 video. You know, that guy's a pretty popular vidder, we call them. People that make vids. It racked up like 500k views with that weird stunt that you pulled. Was that you hacking my device?
No, I wouldn't know anything about. I'm gonna step in. Like, I wouldn't know anything about that, which is true.
Well, either way, nothing can be done about that, but just be warned that lots of people here have probably seen your faces if it got that many views. But we have that AI algorithm. We can use that to try and pinpoint somebody that might be able to sell you what you're looking for. Told it might be some sort of cloaking device. I don't really have access to that sort of thing. Our hollow emitters are not light wave deflectors, that sort of mumbo jumbo. But there is a group that kind of runs the planet underneath the nice pristine surface that we have here. A group called the Drawn Consortium. They somehow have been evading our algorithm. We can't see them or detect them, but what we can do is pinpoint where they are. Because they're blocking our media, we can tell where those blind spots are and at least get you in the right area, in the right direction. Hopefully that should be able to help you out. I heard you might be needing to try and get rid of some sort of drug shipment or something. That's probably them too. I may do some illegal things, but dealing in drugs is not one of them. The occasional spee hot, but that's completely legal.
Well, since you do legitimate business, now I'm gonna smile at him. Um, would you at least know where the major shipping areas are? There must be at least shipping hubs on the planet that you're familiar with.
Oh, there's
Uh, like
plenty of
uh,
shipping hubs.
I'm gonna snap my finger, and there's like a Yara. Show him the manifest. See where the likely would go to.
I bring up the manifest. I'm just kind of like explaining that like there's a particular drug that is tainted, very dangerous for the livelihood of your city. Probably in the best interest if we can't quite get it under control to maybe have more, authorized means take as much as you can out of the hands. Even maybe a PSA might help.
PSA about drug use. We can spin that. Yeah. Tell me, which is this tainted drug? I hope it's not the Spihat, because if I don't have my Spihat tea in the morning, I am
High C.
wired.
High C.
High C. That does ring a bell. I think that has hit the streets. That's some sort of deep drug or something. I'm not super familiar, but we'll look into it. We'll make a call out, tell people not to use the drug, and hopefully that should get enough views. We'll make sure that people see it, of course. Put it in
And
there.
the manifest, I
feeds.
show him the info we have on it, see if he can pinpoint anything closer.
Hello there.
He's been looking over it for a while, and it looks like this would have come in a few days ago. No, weeks ago.
Fug.
Whew. Well, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to cut this meeting short. I have another meeting coming up soon. But tell you what, I'll get you some info, get you some coordinates. We'll let you know where the Dran are, and hopefully you can find your drug, because I know that those guys are in the drug business, and if they aren't in the drug business, they know someone that is. Now go on.
No, shoot.
How spell?
House Bell?
Oh boy.
How spelled Draenor?
Drawn? Drahn?
It's the homebrew faction that Chris played.
Yep.
Look, just because we know doesn't mean the people who haven't played them don't know. So
They're
thank you.
martyrs. They're fine.
Yeah.
These are the mobster peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a consortium of sorts.
Okay, well that was productive.
At the same
Have
time,
I
though, are
made
we?
it there yet?
This is just a meta question I have. So, are we trying to get the cloaking device from them while also trying to stop their shipment of bad drugs?
They say they don't have it. They say they don't have it. So we still need to get the cloaking device first from the illicit merchants first, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need the cloaking device first overall because that is the hardest purchase. So if you get detected on that, we can settle we can do shooty bang bang to settle the score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, maybe they don't want to pedal high C if they learned what it actually does. That could be something helpful to let them know about.
Well, and they still might not peddle it.
Yep.
They might just be the ones who take in the boxes that are labeled carrots and give them to the other people who peddle the
Sure.
Hey, by the way, before you go, do you guys all have savants or anything like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one right here.
Oh no.
Excellent. Just making sure. If you don't have one, I can of course provide one, free of charge. It won't get you a subscription or anything, but at least it'll get you the hardware.
Yeah, do you is there anything I can do? Like, it's literally been playing non-stop ads for me ever since we got into low orbit on this planet. Can I, like, block that? Or, like...
But you just have to change your preferences.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I think the meeting's over, so have a good one.
Yara's gonna go into her diagnostic. Put up the kernel.
The guards escort you out through the elevator. You guys are very lucky. Not a lot of people get to see Mr. Chase. He's very, very, very hard to reach.
Yeah. It is kind of suspicious, but oh well.
What do you think of him as a boss?
No complaints. Working for Mr. Chase has given us some of the highest pay that we've ever had. We're not even like contractors. We're personal security of Mr. Chase.
That's good.
Wow, does he employ this entire building?
He sure does. He controls a lot of stuff in Torkin. He's got some stuff in real estate, but it's not the main thing that he kind of advertises. Mostly just the media conglomerate stuff and all the savants.
Yeah.
He's also
Yeah,
made
I'm
like a lot of jobs for people. People just call him like because he's just a regular guy. They call him Mr. Jobs Steve.
All right, let's put
Huh?
this planet down.
Weapons. Now.
Yes. Can we get our
Trash.
locker?
You can get him at the locker. He lets you out. You guys get your weapons at the locker. They have not been tampered with.
Before we leave, or as soon as we leave, I'm just kind of let people know. As soon as we get outside, I just want to double check our things. I'm trying to whisper this. Everybody, like, put your savants away. I'm just gonna check everybody's savants for a few things, okay?
Okay, sure.
This
Okay,
guy's algorithm is as strong as he says.
Yeah.
We want to be careful with our tech usage.
Nolly frantically clearing her browsing history.
Now you have to do a hard reset. People don't know what they're doing. It's not gonna matter.
Shut up! Don't look.
It's okay that you watch all the cat videos. I'm not gonna be jealous. It's fine.
Whoa, those are offensive, you know.
That's like exploitation.
There are not many things that I feel strongly about, but that is one of them.
As you know, they're different. It's a different sort of thing.
Oh, okay. So why don't we make fun of like little puppy videos? Why don't we?
I don't. They're kind of different. I get what you mean, but they're, you know, you don't think of like Nolly. You don't think of like a monkey as the same thing, right?
I don't think about monkeys all that often.
See, that's what I mean. Like, just because it's similar doesn't mean it's, you know.
Sure. And the tea set that my grandma had, that's just a Sin Salwe.
That's kind of different entirely. I don't attach that way.
Go back to
Besides,
Torkin.
there are tea sets that look like dogs and cats.
Not my grandma. Anyway, we go back to Torkin Prime. Shepard,
Have I made it there yet?
you have secured lodgings. You feel like it's probably going to be too late by the time that your allies come back. So, I mean, you have stuff that you wanted to do, right?
Sure. I can relay where the lodging is by the comm beads, right?
Yeah, easily.
Alright, so I'll let them know to go to XYZ and it's got weird bird themes.
Sure.
You were
Uh,
thinking of Zalden Rock.
I'm thinking of Altered Carbon. There's a hotel that's run by like a AI and it's called like the Raven, and it's just all fucking Poe themed shit, and the guy who runs it goes by the name Poe, and he is the AI and he's adorable.
We can say that the hotel has an AI. What's the name of this hotel?
Keanu.
Kinu. Got it.
Kino. Kino.
Okay, the Kino Hotel. A fancy upscale place for tourists.
Yeah.
Looks like most of
Very
the place is like fake cement that's just kind of been sprayed on. Fake marble laminating the floor. All that sort of thing. Shepard, you got some time to
sort
kill.
of like weird visual thing too that's like overlaid, but yeah, like a projected thing. Whatever.
Shepard, you got some time to kill.
I do. I know.
What-
I know.
what
I'm gonna
do-
go run around. I'm gonna go try and find some dark alley to go into and see if I can get my shit.
You ask around for dark alleys. A few people ignore you. Perhaps make a streetwise difficulty 1 check, but with a red, so just 1 red.
Streetwise with 1 red.
Yep.
I almost like don't even. I just want to get lost. Give me more reds. I have never rolled streetwise. Oh my god. Oh my god, I succeeded.
You succeed. it's a relief. Do you want to give yourself a boost, or no? You can't really give yourself a boost, I guess. So I guess just. Sorry, there's like a stuff on my screen I'm trying to get rid of. All right, you can just. Oh, you don't even have any strain. I don't know what you can do
No.
here.
I don't need to. The advantage just goes off into the air to someone else who needs it. Like a fart.
Yeah, perhaps you give an advantage to the next other player to roll by giving them some information that you've gathered in passing.
Yeah, sure.
Either way, you are directed to another parking lot for spaceships. It looks like it's
I'm looking for
also...
illicit contraband.
Yes, you're looking for illicit contraband. They direct you to Lot D. Lot D is a merchant shipyard. There's a lot of ships that are just like docked here, but their doors are open, and there's like little like overhangs just like looming out of the wide open cargo doors, and people are peddling stuff out of their ships.
It's like food trucks.
It's like massive food trucks for various things, not just food.
Do they have like little walkways in between some of the ships so you just kind of go through them all?
No, that would probably not work.
Boo.
You're looking around. You're looking for strange tech, and you notice something advantageous. There's one store that looks to have some sort of seedy tech theme to it. The place is called Screen Tear.
Jesus.
There's an image of like a skull that's like made out of neon scan lines, and it's like got a tear crying out of one of its eye holes.
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely going to go into the most seediest looking thing, because I'm literally trying to find technology that is illegal.
Sure.
So,
They
can I
provide
fit?
VSync.
They provide VC. Yeah, it's a cramped place, but you are at least able to fit inside.
Also, if any Yin Brotherhood kind of looking people show up, I'm definitely beelining for them.
Okay. If any Mahawk people show up, we'll also let you beeline for them. And same thing for any Lizix folk, I suppose. Maybe any Voilwraith cultists, you can also beeline for those. But we'll get to that if that happens. You enter. The hauler is lit with red light. It's pumping deep bass music through large speakers, though the noise is muffled by heavy soundproofing and stacks of media players, all varying degrees of ancient. A Rigelian is working behind the counter. It looks like they're... so the Rigelians are reptilians. Jund Zergo was a Rigelian.
Okay. I remember him.
The dino-faced creature kind of looks up to you and goes, "Welcome to Screen Tear. The name's Briscoe. I'll be with you in just a moment. I'm just trying to jailbreak this goddamn Arclight savant. Come on, Bob." And he like smacks looks like a cybernetic skull that's just sitting on the desk next to him. It clicks to life, and then just starts like clicking in like deep zeros and ones. And it just like emits red sparks as the device just goes into brick mode. All right, well, it's doing his magic. How can I help you?
Do you have other surveillance on this ship?
Do I have other surveillance on the ship? What do you...
Do I need to repeat myself? That was the question, yes.
I have all the surveillance that I need. Is this an investigation? I do not comply to a search.
I am searching for technologies that may be illicit and dangerous.
Why didn't you just say so? All right.
I just did.
Listen, there's nobody is looking into this little shop here. You are safe here. This place is soundproofed. All these media players, these are completely analog. They do not connect to any networks.
Oh man, this guy's like full on like libertarian, like old junkie. Oh.
And as of now, and he holds up like an Arclight savant, this one don't either. Thanks to Bob here. He's my little pet necrovirus. He pats on the skull again.
can comm beads be hacked?
Yeah, sure. You want me to hack yours?
I immediately give up my comm bead.
Sure. Come on, Bob.
Necrovirus. This will never go poorly.
Bob gets to work on the comm. There we go. Now it's just a useless bead. He hands it back to you.
Wonderful. I'm currently looking for illicit and dangerous technology, specifically within the Yin Brotherhood DNA replication sector of the world.
Oh. Kind of strokes his little chin horns. That's kind of a tall order. I didn't realize how illegal you wanted to go. I'm more of a media guy and a electronics guy, not really a bio guy.
I can leave, and I will find someone else then. Thank you.
Wait a minute. Maybe I can help you out if you could maybe grease my wheels a little bit. Don't you know how this works?
Negotiations are something I'm quite familiar with.
Apparently. Well, why don't you negotiate me?
You currently have not stated that you have the device, and therefore there's no negotiation required.
Wait. Let me put it this way. Give me 200 ore, and I will tell you where you can find your heart's desire.
I give him 200 ore.
And a 100 ore finder's fee.
You have already stated your claim. 200 is what I have given.
You had to let me finish talking. Come on.
Proof of sales first, proof of buyer. Then I will give you an additional 150 for finder's fee.
So you can negotiate. All right, clever. You clever little thing.
I have learned from a Hakan. They are amazing negotiators.
They sure are. He is like flicking the ore in his hands. They're like little latinum strips. All right, well, tell you what. I know some people. There was some guy that I was working with who wanted me to wipe the evidence of him off the face of the planet. But apparently he was working with some Daxiv animators. I think those are what they're called. But cloning devices. Not sure what he wanted them for, but I do know the guy's name. And although it's proprietary, thanks to your keen negotiation tactics, you forced the information out of me. And I'm happy to oblige.
You are very polite. Thank you.
Good job, me.
Good job, me. Anyway, his name is Al Tori. He's an attorney. He's in the Orem district. It's a highbrow place, not quite like this place.
It's gonna be like some sort of like call Saul.
I don't know who Saul is, but with this comm being jailbroke, you're probably gonna need to just find him in person and talk to him. He just tosses the comm bead off to the side.
That's fine.
It's a brick now.
Yeah, I won't be able to pay him until after I actually talk with this individual, make sure they're real. So I guess I'll have to give him 150 later. Sorry, bye.
Hey, wait a minute. Get back.
Those are the agreed terms. Bye.
Wait, do you need money?
What do
No,
we
I
get
haven't.
into, what do we get into, Bob? We're gonna have to stay here if we want that ore.
Shepard's gonna bring back everybody so he can buy or they can buy stuff and then just pay him, but he doesn't know that.
I was about to say I can use my dramatic entrance talent and pay for stuff for you.
Oh no, I brought money, or at least like the credits for the money.
Okay.
This is more so just Shepard's way of kind of doing things.
Okay.
Except for ripping people off. I'm so proud of you.
Thras's
Technically not yet.
whiskers kind of curl when he realizes that somebody's
Like a little twitch.
doing something.
I smell a deal.
Smell a deal.
Oh,
Alright, Shepard is separate from the crew right now, but that's fine. I'm sure that they can
No
call back
commune?
when... Oh. Anyway. Nope.
Do you remember people's numbers, or did you just use the phone book?
I'm gonna use the
Yes,
directory to help me. So if at any point in time you get a the security guard might get a random call in Starlight while I'm looking for you guys using like the directory robots. That kind of shit.
Eh.
All right.
Would you like to receive a collect call from?
Right.
We are going to do some other things. It's probably about time that you guys get some food. You guys want to stop at a food cart?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
do that. Some crab juice.
Yeah. You guys are still in the financial district, but it's maybe perhaps right next to the, it's probably right near the Aurum, I would say. Let's head there. Shepherd is, of course, not there yet. Their legs could not carry them, even
I'm heading
as
to the
large as they
financial
are.
district.
Yeah, you are. But it'll take a while for you to get there. You find that food truck that was mentioned by the media bot. It's a place called Oyama's. And there's a Torkin that's running the street shop. They have their beetroot sushi and seaweed beer. The Torkin, by the way, they are largely human, though they seem to have longer ears than normal humans. It doesn't make them elves or anything. It's just either you can't tell if it's a mutation or some sort of just thing about them. Like maybe a style choice.
Sometimes people are just ugly.
Sometimes people are just ugly.
I know.
I know. Anyway,
Sometimes people are just ugly, like all humans.
they tell you to enjoy your sushi, and Krav. Hello, Krav.
Yeah.
You're getting an encrypted message.
Encrypted message. Okay. Is it a thing that I can decrypt on my own?
You could probably encrypt it. It's also
You says encrypted, so I decrypt it, right?
yes.
That's what you mean. Okay.
So you were just sent a secret message. It arrives in your comm bead and it's recorded on your savant, but you'll probably need time to decrypt the message. Thraz just kind of comes over to you eating his sushi. What was that?
Spam. You know, Yara's been getting a lot of that shit. You know.
All right. Well, I've been looking into that Encryptos thing. Why don't I see if I can find somebody that can make do with that?
Yeah, that's why you're here. I mean, I don't need to know, but yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Listen, I know somebody that might be able to get us going. I'm gonna reduce the rarity to I don't know 4. It's restricted, so I'm gonna make a streetwise check, but we'll see if we can find this. So rarity 4 is difficulty 2. He's going streetwise. Yeah, I think he found it. And I think he can get a major deal on it too. I'm gonna say he gets 2 for 1. So he gets 1 for you too, since he thinks it's gonna be a pain if he's doing it on his own.
And sharing is obnoxious.
Sharing is obnoxious. But he gets an Encryptos for you and him. He knows a guy in Lot D, some guy named Briscoe that works at a place called Street Tear. Or Screen Tear. Whatever it is. Either way, he'll pick it up later today.
Nice.
Nolly, you pass by a clothing shop, Tunics of Torkin, and something catches your eye. There's an entire rack of jackets, designer, and they're identical to yours.
Big jacked.
Big Jack.
Nolly like presses her face up against the glass and is looking. Is like,
Oh, those look just like mine.
Right down to the designer brand.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no,
not
it's
interested at all.
she's like pulling the tag and like. Nolly goes into the store up to the rack and is like holding the sleeves up against hers and like checking to like line it up and all that stuff. Trying to
Sin
make
is
sure it's
following close behind.
Yara's gonna come along because she's curious too.
I never really knew where I got this jacket. I just kind of always had it. I guess it must have come from here.
It's kind of nice to know.
Man, how
Would
did
you
it
like
make it
another
all the
one?
way? Oh, that would be, I don't know. Maybe in a different color.
Yeah, one of your own.
You get an orange one.
I was, or like a red, maybe like a dark red and black instead of yellow and black.
Sin likes the idea of a red one.
Yeah. Is that available? Is there like a dark red version of this jacket, or maybe it's like red and white instead of yellow and black?
Sure.
Sick.
If you can
Well,
dream
now I
it,
gotta
it
update the
exists.
token.
Now I gotta update the token.
That's a hue saturation shift. That's easy.
Yeah. I do that like every 5 minutes whenever I need to make a new freaking token. Oh, it's an elf, but it has to be a Letnev. Blue, please.
Okay, pretty much.
Cool 'em down.
Sin will buy this for Nolly.
Okay. Wonder if we can get a deal on that.
No.
Yeah, no, you know what? Nolly will put on her best
Fancy
I guess
shoes?
I really want this impression. I was gonna say impoverished child with only one jacket impression.
Christmas
But that
shoes
probably
impression.
doesn't pass in a designer.
But if it's a
clothing.
designer piece, that is not going to work. They're going to want you out of the store.
So I
Precisely.
threw the money down. And they said, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
No shoes, no service. I am wearing
So-
shoes.
So
Keep
Sin is
calling
going to
shoes.
go up to the cashier helper person, and he's going to sort of channel the vibe and energy from Harrison. What was the name of that Letnev
Oh,
shop?
the Latin one, derision.
Derision. So he's going to kind of channel that vibe and energy and be like, hello, we'd like to purchase this jacket, please. It's a much more suitable color. Do you have anything else that would accompany it properly?
Oh, I think I can help you.
Thank
The
you ever so much.
Torkin just kind of looks around. It's quite popular with these skinny jeans that we have going on. They've been pre-faded, of course. That is the style nowadays. We have some in back for next season that aren't quite as faded, if that's something that is more popular off-world, perhaps. But if you want to fit in, it's the faded skinny jeans.
Honestly, I think, Nolly, you will manage to fade enough on your own. What would you like? Maybe some boots or gloves or something? A scarf or a hat?
Nolly spies a pair of boots that are like very high topped with really like chunky tread on them.
Ah, the Doc Torkins.
That's right.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, for the boots, the jacket, and the designer jeans, that should come
With the
out
fur.
to $725 Ore.
Oh, that's acceptable. Okay. And is physical currency preferred or card?
I would prefer the credit. I mean, we don't really need physical pieces of currency that much.
Okay, acceptable. And Sin hands over his card.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for shopping at Tunics of Torkin.
Thank you. Huh. I still don't know why did I get this jacket in the first place?
Yar is gonna turn to Nolly and just kind of asking Nolly, but kind of asking a little different. Was this a familiar stop for you before? Maybe you just felt like you had a reason to be here.
Nolly like stops and she starts looking around at the streets a little bit in the like around the shop, pokes her head in different places.
Not the shop, but somewhere near here. Like there. That's kind of familiar.
And she points to like an alley off to the side, like on the other side of the street from the shop.
Okay.
Do you want to keep that in mind for later, or would it be a wise idea to go down that alley now that you have friends, allies?
Yeah, come on. I don't know. I just want to look at it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Hold on one second though, because Yara's kind of submitted to some of these. She's gonna buy a bomber jacket and get out of there. She's gonna look like we're in a tech city. She's gonna look like an '80s hacker.
Nice.
She's gonna
Alright.
buy herself some
Yay!
shades and a bomber jacket.
Shades and a bomber jacket.
Yep.
Shades that don't actually work. They're just
Wait,
like
do you like Bebop and
Yeah.
Rocksteady?
Are you going to the same designer place, or are you going to a cheaper place?
No, I'm just gonna get it from the designer place because I'm just like, hey, I'll match Nolly.
All right. The jacket alone is, and with the glasses, is probably $350.
That's fine. Yara does the pays for it.
Chris does not know designer. These numbers should be higher.
They should be, but
It's
whatever.
fine. Well, also
no,
it
it's
might
fine.
not
This-
be
this
it
is
might not
silly.
be that high because of technically where we're getting it. You know, like one of those faux designer sort of things.
True.
Yeah, it's either that or maybe like we're thinking that one ore is equal to $1, and maybe the
Mhm.
conversion rate is different.
Perhaps.
Right, it might be like 1 to 10.
We'll never know. Anyway.
Okay.
Uh,
Got my hacker disguise kit on.
so Nolly, you're checking out an alleyway?
Yeah, Nolly,
coming along.
we can gloss over this pretty quickly. Nolly, she approaches the alleyway and sort of starts looking down it. Then she puts a hand on the side of her head. She's like,
Oh, no, yeah, this hurts. Rasa was here sometime. She won't let me know any more than that. But something. She was here at some point, and it was not great.
Okay.
All right. We'll move. We can move on now. Y'all are both okay.
Prob, while these guys are busy with this nonsense, your savant hasn't decrypted the message for you. It's from Evandal. Of
Oh,
course.
boy.
It says, NLU presence on Torkin. Investigate. Fall Street.
Okay, it's like convenient that I have encryptos. Using the same decryption method, I'm going to input the same code and scramble it out. It's like, alright, confirmed. Because that scrambles the outgoing message to be encrypted as well.
Yep. I'll presume that you have done that once we pick them up. But yeah,
basically.
easy peasy. You send out an okay to Evandal. The rest of them are still investigating the alleyway as you put the savant back in your pocket.
It's like, okay, so who's with me right now? Is it just Thras?
It's just Thraz. He's busy eating sushi, like looking around.
Is Eldenrock?
It's like I thought Zeldenrock was. Is Zeldenrock with me? Who's he with?
I don't know. Who are you with, Zeldenrock?
Oh, is that my decision?
You'd have came
you know what,
with
you're
Nolly.
me.
Okay.
You're with the captain.
Yeah, I think I'd want to be with Thraz and Krav right now.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, it was like, all right. Zeldenrock is like, I need you to cover me for something. Follow me if you can.
Thraz like looks up. Nobody's around him anymore. Where'd everybody go? Zeldenrock, you follow Krav.
Yep.
If he wants to.
He's covering you. Sounds like.
Okay. Let's go to that. What was the street, right?
I'll let you spend 0 story points to create a street here.
Okay. I assume it's going to be like not seedy, but it's definitely like more like a rundown, like a bunch of like little corner marts and things like that, like 7-Elevens and stuff like that. A lot of homeless people milling about, but
You have to walk for a bit to get that, but not too far.
yeah. And like and relatively low car traffic. Like you occasionally hear like cars whizzing by, but it's not like a major observed area.
Okay, what are you doing?
Such to investigate. I do like. So from the art prime, like I know their symbol or like the the to get in. So I gotta
Oh,
try
are
to.
you investigating now?
Well, I have the spare time, right? Unless like okay, because I was gone for a while. Like, are we meeting on a rendezvous somewhere?
Well, Nolly just walked like across the street, and you just ran off. Fall Street is like across town.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were like doing an aside with Zaldenra.
No, no, no. I thought I was gonna work on it now, but in that case, like well, I'm gonna tell Thras to like I'm gonna check on things. Zonrock doesn't have to follow them. I could just go off on my own. If
I
it
probably
works.
wouldn't let you go off alone.
Don't trust me. That's fine.
Not really.
Have you guys seen the
Fine.
prices for these things? He's like, Thraz is like looking on his savant. There's like 2 prices for everything. That gold sai that Nomad was talking about. It's a lot more expensive, but it seems like a lot of the places accept gold sai. But I guess not Tunics of Torken.
Well, like this is a new currency. Like again, do you even buy that it's disrupted to the economy? If it's more expensive, how is anyone supposed to use this thing?
I don't know. I don't know why anybody would use a currency if it's more expensive and less people have it.
Yeah. You know what? Here we're gonna I'm gonna point this out right. Like we are gonna go check on a couple of things. I want. Why don't you do some more? Since you're good at this, why don't you do more analysis on the recent economical trends or like news around here? See what's up. Let me know if anything unusual is showing up.
I'll do some research. I'll reach out to my contacts here on Torken, and I'll see what we can dredge up for you.
And on the napkin, I'm gonna write down the encryption code to transmit. Transmit.
Oh, walkie-talkies!
It's like yeah, it's like yeah, keep it on the down low. That's why we got the thing that you got. Remember? So just
Yeah, sure.
use,
We know
use
Arclight is listening.
yeah. So use these. There's like I just write on the napkin, and I'm gonna do a little finger salute, and then get on out of here.
All right. Nolly, are you guys doing anything else in the alley?
No, I think Nolly's going to think on this and maybe remember something later. But for the time being, she doesn't really know what any of it means. She just knows that something happened here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thraz comes back to you guys and says, Krov and Zaldi are, they're heading off on their own little mission, I guess.
Okay.
Yara, why don't you go investigate where Shepard went? Because I can't seem to get him on comms.
Ah, frig. Does Shepard own a savant or anything?
Nope.
Doesn't own anything
He
but
has
the
a quick
comm gear.
sensor, but I don't think
Frick.
he would bring it on this kind of
Yeah,
planet.
probably not.
And it's not equipped, like, it's not attached to the internet.
That too.
Right, we can't, like, track it. Yeah.
Well,
Very
Yara
analog
could
tool.
do a back end thing, but that would totally alert things.
Yes. Let's go back to the hotel as well.
I might want to just stay. Okay. I'm just gonna look for like a park bench or something real quick. I just want to check something on my savant real quick, if you guys don't mind. You guys can take a second, and she's gonna basically do like a whole diagnostic run to kind of see see if she can spot how the algorithm works. And she like doesn't think she downloaded something, but if she's been going on the Wikipedia's, maybe that's how.
Yeah,
She
make
wants
a
to see if she can
computer's
reverse
check.
hack type thing. Yeah,
We'll call this difficulty 5,
fair enough.
and we're gonna spend a story point to plop a red in there.
Okay. Oh,
So,
it's 4
4 and 1 red.
All right. I'm going to use my talent to make this a knowledge science instead, saying like I'm using my knowledge of like algorithms combined with this because this isn't just like a normal thing. So I can use the science for this, and since it's a knowledge, I can get the boost. So it's still real difficult. Let me double check. It's a boost from the knowledge. No, the savant would add a success, so I get 1 success, not a boost. All right. It's a 50-50.
Success and
Okay.
2 triumphs.
Oh, I got a new thing, by the way. Is Flash of Insight.
I don't know what that
Roll
does.
2 more boost.
I mean,
Times I can get 2 boosts.
okay. I mean,
Pretty
you
much
succeeded.
More?
I don't know. Sometimes it could be something useful.
All right.
Well, just a
Well,
boost.
I'm going to say that you have found a way to get back into the system. You can sense, you can get into Arclight's like archives and whatever, but
Nothing.
it's hard to like get everything on your phone at once. You can look at any screen that you want, but it's a nightmare to find the exact one that you want. But you have access to Arclight's, basically that wall of screens that they have. You did get some sort of like cookies installed into your Savant that are tracking like GPS. They're tracking
Your normal Google's terms of service bullshit.
Google's terms of
Except
service bullshit. Exactly. They're sending so much information, it's not even funny. But I will say that your second triumph, you can erase those or protect yourself from these.
What I'm gonna probably have to do, so this might be like after going to the hotel, Yara begins trying to write a script algorithm to basically make a fake. Basically, she's gonna make fake profiles for everybody for those cookies to track instead. So
Okay, that'll probably take some time and effort, but
Yeah.
you could probably finish that tonight.
Yeah, that's gonna be her little mission.
Okay, Yara goes back to the hotel and maybe works on that in her chamber.
Guys, try to be careful where you're talking with your technology. These Arclight's pretty impressive, I'll say. I'll check with you guys later.
Okay.
Also, we definitely got like 2 adjoining like hotel rooms because not everyone could fit in one room.
Oh yeah,
Oh, for
Couldn't-
sure.
Couldn't we just
Shepard
get
probably
a
has
few
their own
hotel
room. Yeah,
Probably like a couple or like 2 or 3 suites. Like,
Maybe there's like a whole
Anybody-
floor that's
anybody
designated
bunking
to, like,
together, I guess.
seats.
Who's everybody's roommates?
yes, actually, everyone has their own bed except Krav and Zaldenrock, who are sharing a bunk bed.
God.
Fucking Airbnbs.
I get
This
the
is our
top
get-
bunk.
This is our get along hotel room.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's all they had.
Yeah, it's
Shepard
crazy.
Weird.
laments. Thraz Thraz is taking off his clothes and getting into like some sort of like skimpy sort of outfit. He's like got like a fishnet like
It.
shirt to his catsuit. He's got a fishnet like vest on, and he's like got these really short shorts on. And he's like getting these things on his arms, like arm sleeves, just the sleeves. And he's like, "Hey Nolly, you coming? We're going out."
Wait, are you gonna go out dancing? I saw the ads when we were in like low orbit and like everyone looked like they're having so much fun. Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah. I told Krav I was going to go look up some contacts, and I will do that. But I also kind of really like it here on Torkin, and I think while I'm here, I'm going to get some shore leave, as it were. I figured you as a budding 15, 25,
17.
Somewhere between-
52?
Humans don't age that. Anyway, Thraz, Nali, before you go out, I learned from my mistake with Shepard. She's gonna just like whatever techno you have, she's gonna be quickly just put a ping. Okay, this isn't exactly GPS. I'll give you a little privacy, but if you can't connect to me like every 30 minutes, it'll just a ping at your last location type thing. So not full tracking, but if you disappear off the face of the earth, we at least know your last location.
I'm going to spend a story point because Thraz intentionally tried to get rid of Yara for this.
Okay.
Right, he sent Yara back to the hotel room, and then without coming back to the hotel, he is having this conversation with Nolly.
Okay.
Yes. Sin is present.
Yara's
What?
busy doing her algorithm then.
Sin, do you want to come?
Sure.
Use a light show, I guess.
I mean, I don't think I've ever gone dancing. It could be fun.
Yeah,
Just,
show them your
yeah.
moves.
You don't.
Nolly's like looking around your armor for like pointy bits.
Maybe we want to put a little like cap on those. But anyway,
Like a little tennis ball or something.
Sure.
Just
maybe I
pretend you're like doing assassination stuff, but the spear is not in your hands.
Okay. I think I can do that. Just going through katas like that.
You look perfect. And best of all, the bouncers won't have to deal with you. Come on, we're going to Club Glub. And he
No.
walks over to a Hylar establishment with a mecha bouncer in their large outfit, like a large mech suit, but then there's a little tiny Hylar in a globe of water on the top. And he looks down to you. Are you on the list? We don't need a list. We are tourists, and we are here to spend our money. He just kind of waves his hands at him. All right, you all look cool. Can I see some IDs? Of course. And Thraz just tries to deceive them with a fake ID. So let's just
Nice.
do that. Just have Thraz do a little Vigi roll.
All right, McLovin.
Yes.
Little thrazzle dazzle.
And give him the old
Thrazzle-dazzle.
thrazzle dazzle with a story point, perhaps.
Don't fuck this up.
Ah. I'm pretty deceptive. I didn't say that to him. Everything
You
looks
want
in
to see
order.
my-
And you're 18? Looks at Nolly. Yeah, she's 18. Look at the ID. I have all of our friends' IDs.
What's
And-
the actual age say on it?
It says
34?
It says 25.
Okay, it's not the worst.
It says I am 25 with a
Crayon.
direct deposit of Ore into his account.
Nice.
All right, you're free to go. All right.
Okay.
Krav and Zaldenrock, you guys make your way down to Falls Street. It is a seedy place. And let's perhaps
I don't
see what it
know.
looks like.
Yeah, that looks pretty seedy.
It looks pretty seedy. This is the seedy part of Torkin. If an illicit deal was gonna go down, it was probably gonna go down here. The place is packed, as you can see. Virtually, it's bustling, wall to wall people. Certainly not nobody. That would be ridiculous. It's gonna take a while to like seed through this place to find the NLU presence that you've been wondering about. And furthermore, let's also maybe take a look at the club. Fantastic. Fantastic. I don't need a breath weapon right now. Thank you. Roll 20. You head inside the club. Dance music is pumping, and there's like tubes of water where you can see Hylar strippers that are like dancing inside of them alongside other guests that are watching on. There are other non-Hylar dancers that are on poles in front of a giant aquarium wall built into the side of the reservoir, where you can see strange large fishes swimming around and casting their shadows on the purple lit place. The mecha bouncers are still like at the doors and got their arms crossed, just waiting for somebody to mess up. Come on, guys, let's get dancing. Braz like snaps his vest and moves on into the crowd.
Okay.
And I think that's where we're gonna have to.
Sandstorm starts playing.
Darude Sandstorm starts playing. That's where we're probably gonna leave it off for today. Meanwhile, Shepard wanders into the Aurum and looks around and sees none of you who are just there. So, thanks y'all for watching.
Yara's just sitting at her desk and just going, man, I'm glad I'm working on this thing before people get lost in this big city. Who knows what had happened?
God, they're gonna be so excited when they show up in probably like 2 minutes. Yeah.
In 2 minutes.
Yara says this, She just looks at the non-existent camera face forward, and just like is like just zooming out. It's like, to be continued in the next episode.
But actually, there is a real camera in there because it's a giant surveillance like thing about like
Oh
being
yeah.
weird YouTuber.
Oh god, Yara looks like Paddington, just staring directly at the camera.
I'm sure this will be helpful for everybody so we can stay in contact.
It'll probably help tomorrow. Alright, good night, everybody. We will see y'all next time. Stay shiny.
Take care.
Take care now.